Yeah. What? Paganism. What? We stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah. Listen, paganism, we stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. The Romans took Saturnalia and named it Christmas. That's their tradition, did Christ keep it? That ain't in scripture. How about I paint a picture? All roads lead to Babel, Babylon, them idols can't even save you. December 25th, birthday to Nimrod. Son named Tammuz, wife/mother, her name was Ishtar. Need I say more to convince y'all? Jeremiah 10:1. Same tradition, way before Christ, where they get it from. Learn not the way of the heathen, the workmen with the axe, decking trees with silver and gold. Say you do it for the kids, they still in your soul. Sitting children in Satan's lap, hungers from trees like ornaments, did you think of that? Let me take you back. A slave master asked his wife what she wants for Christmas. He said, let's take the biggest tree and have a public lynching. Tell me how we got in this position. Keeping these pagan days, you really a Christian? How about the feast days Leviticus mentions? The end's approaching, they fooled you, you didn't notice. High time, wake out of that slumber, we getting close. Yeah, the end is near. I'd rather die before I live in fear. Shalom. Paganism. What? We stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Paganism. What? We stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah. What? Screaming Black Lives Matter at the table of a pagan feast that celebrates genocide to say the least. Father, thank you for these abominations we came to eat. Bow our heads and thank friggin' Thor. 100 million Israelites slaughtered, how we gon' win this war? A Roman calendar, Greek sports, Cowboys versus Redskins. I'm praying for my brethren on Thor's day, giving thanks to Odin for all the land that was stolen from my forefathers, yelling out black power with shackles on, reporting live straight out of Babylon. Let's throw a feast, we gotta celebrate this robbery. They all got eyes, but they blind to me. The curses of Deuteronomy, my people fit all the prophecies. Chapter 28, 31, happy Thanksgiving. No need for real change, there's so many slaves living day to day, running on the hamster wheel, FEMA camps, UN soldiers. They ain't scared to kill real life. We alive, but we dead for real, young and heartless, numb to violence, scared to feel. We used to give them books, now we hand them pills. Princes popping sands, serve my elder that Millie Rock, come and watch them dance. Put your girl on that boy and she dropped the class. Y'all ain't low, but I got to ask, are we only giving thanks cause we forgot the past? Paganism. Why? We stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Paganism. We stiff-necked, we don't want correction, we hate to listen. Yeah. What?
Brand disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this platform by individuals, callers, or invited guests are their own. The information you hear does not reflect the overall views of all parties associated with the brand. We encourage everyone to research all things heard live or via archive for edification purposes. Discretion is advised.
Help keep the show on the air. If you want to help, you can send your donation through PayPal. The email is debatetalkforyou@gmail.com or through Cash App, $Sal Showtime. Thanks for your support.
Shalom. You're now tuning in to Debate Talk for You Radio. I am Gabar Alaha, and man, y'all see the title. Ahmayan returns and wants all the smoke. All right. Once again, Ahmayan returns and wants all the smoke. Before I begin and before I get him on, I just want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh in the authority of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who was commonly called Jesus Christ. And to everyone tuning in now, whether it's live or on the playback, may Yahweh keep you and watch over you always. Big shout out to Sal Showtime for allowing us to do our thing here on this platform. You guys see the information scrolling down at the bottom, so make sure you like, share, subscribe, donate. Definitely hit that like button so we can get picked up in the algorithm, and make sure you stay up to date to what goes on here on Debate Talk for You. All right. So let me not waste any more time. Let me get this man in the building. We gonna talk about the return, and then we gonna open up the door for some smoke. All right. Let me go ahead and get him up in here. All right. Ahmayan. Welcome back to Debate Talk for You. You are live on the air. Shalom, and say what's up to the people.
Hey, shalom, the bar. Shalom to the people. Debate talk for you, listeners. As usual, before I begin, I got to give all praises, and I do mean all praises, to the Creator of all, the Holy One of Israel, the Ancient of Days, Yahweh's name in Hebrew, which means I am. He is what calls us to be, and we pay homage to His first begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushai. Christ Jesus in English, which means anointed Savior or anointed salvation. And as our brother Jude puts it in his letter, for us to contend for the faith once delivered to the saints. So, see my name, Ahmayan, aka Spiritual Smoke. Let's go on all the smoke. All right.
Oh man, you gonna have me breaking in this new camera tonight for sure. All right. Oh man, I see Cube. He already wrote the link already. He's like, drop it, drop it, drop it. All
Let's
right.
go.
All
Let's
right.
come on, man.
All
Let's
right,
go.
we're going to
Let's
say
go.
shalom to Service Smith, shalom, man, shalom, man, shalom to Emmanuel Mathis, shalom, man. All right. So before we open up that door for the smoke, um let's just talk about it real quick, man. Real briefly, as far as you coming back to debate talk for you, you and Sal, y'all reconciled, and here you are, and we got a lot of stuff lined up, man. So just go ahead and let the people know what's going on in your own words.
Oh yeah, I thought this out behind the scenes, man. We had a very good conversation. You know what I'm saying? We're a countryman. You know what I'm saying? So we talked, and it was real good, man. Just basically kind of a misunderstanding, and it wasn't nothing real big, blown out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't something that was hard to rectify or reconcile with my brother Sal. You know what I'm saying? So it was very easy to do. It just was, I guess, time on his side, time on my side. You know what I'm saying? So once our schedule got free, we had that conversation, and it was good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to be back. I'm definitely trying to come back and do some more lessons and keep putting all this information out here, this truth, and dispelling these lies. And of course, you know what I'm saying, it's time for someone to come and accept all the smoke, man, whatever you got. So I've been going around different platforms, of course, jumping on, bringing them the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, talk about it, because I mean, if you jumped on the platforms, that means the content is public, so you can talk about it. You can talk about it. If the content is public, talk about it.
I jumped on Deacon Sakari. You know what I'm saying? I was on there. We was talking about this Mamzer thing, and I was getting ready to prove, that his leader is a Mamzer, and he's not even supposed to be the head. I was going to bring information. He kept trying to ask me different questions and stuff. So then, he booped me off. Basically, I was getting ready to prove my stuff, and he booped me off. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm about to get in trouble with Israel tonight, man. I'm about to get in trouble with Israel.
I've been calling him out.
Oh man, I'm about to change my number, man. I'm about to get in trouble tonight, man.
Listen, man. I'm just saying, if anybody knows Deacon, if Deacon wants to get it in on debate talk for you about this Mams, tell him to bring it. He's running, he's talking all this smack. If you want to debate about this second Ezra, about all these 12 parts, which is a lie. Second Ezra is not the truth. That's Ezra didn't write second Ezra. That's actually fourth Ezra. Anybody want the smoke on that? Bring it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Whoever else, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready, man.
Hey, Ahmayan want the smoke, y'all. And debate talk for you needs a lot of debates. So, and Israel, y'all need to come and support the platform anyway. So that's what y'all should do. I mean, the brother issuing challenges. He's bringing the smoke. All right, that's what he's doing. So this is debate talk for you. This is what this platform was founded on. It was founded on debates. So he's issuing challenges. Obviously, he challenged Dick Sakari. I don't know who else, man. Is there anybody else on that list, man, that you want to issue a challenge to here on Debate Talk for you? Definitely, to see if they want to come on in a debate?
These brothers are. I'm cool with these brothers, but I jumped on FOPE channel. I mean, like I said, brothers are cool, and we had disagreement with this roof thing. Bring the roof thing too. You know what I'm saying? We can debate. Roof is not an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Any Israelite want that smoke, bring it. You know what I'm saying? Bring it. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it.
Man.
Also over there too as well. They're talking about reincarnation and biblical. Bring it. Reincarnation is biblical. I've debated it before, right here on Debate Talk for you, and clearly won. So let's do it again. For me, it'll be just a recap. I just run it back. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it'll be for me. I'll bring the same information and you still lose. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all out the Bible.
You
So
know,
again,
and you know, as I'm actually working on a lot of updates for Debate Talk for You, I've had the opportunity to go through the catalog, and you guys got to understand, Amiyan has had a lot of debates here on Debate Talk for You. There's a lot of debates. There's over 1,000 videos here on Debate Talk for You, and Abia has a nice chunk of that 1,000 in debates. Okay, he has a very nice chunk of it. All right, whether you think he won or lost, he's got a nice chunk of debates. Okay,
no, I want them all. I want them all. Don't worry about it. I want them all. Don't even trip. You know, hey, I'm gonna say this: if anybody think I didn't win them all, go through them and then show me where I lost. Now, I can show you where I won them all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not being prideful. I can go in there and show you in each debate where I won. I can do that. So you'll pull it up and I can show you where I won and where my opponent lost. You know what I'm saying? This is not arrogant. This is not pride. I'm talking about dealing with just the information now, just the information, the facts. Just that. Nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Just with the information that was brought out, I'm going to show you where I won. All right?
Indeed. And so now you also have a debate that's actually coming up here. You know, it's pretty much set in stone. We just got to get all the promotional stuff done and everything. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Let's let the people know who you got debating, who you got coming up here on Debate Talk for You and what you're going to be debating about.
Oh, I got Vocab Malone coming up. I think it's the 20th of this month. I got Vocab Malone coming up, and we're debating their misunderstanding of Paul's writings, and we zeroed in on this circumcision. So I said, you so-called Christians, you guys misunderstand what Paul is saying about circumcision. Paul is not teaching against circumcision, and Vocab said he is. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting in the ring on, do Christians misunderstand Paul when it comes to circumcision? So that's what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So when we talked that night and got off the phone, I started immediately. I was up until like 3 o'clock and I was like 80% done. Right now I'm like almost finished. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You don't take too long to get to it. So a couple of more stuff to put on it, and I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so vocab in that, and I think he wants some more smoke with the renewed covenant. You know, I think he's saying it's a brand new covenant. I said it's a renewed one. I think he wants some smoke with that. We'll see how that goes in the future.
All right, y'all. There you have it. Guys coming with the smoke. All right, and let's not talk about the other one just yet. Let's not talk about it just yet because we ain't got confirmation on a date or anything yet. So let's not talk about that one. Just yet. All right, but if that person, well, let's just say this: when I drop the link, if that person decides to come in and then y'all speak on it, then y'all speak on it. But there is another debate that's in the process of getting lined up. Like I said, there's quite a few debates that are in the process of getting lined up. Okay, there's quite a few. All right, as the brother Emmanuel said, bring it back to the mic. Right. Okay, bring it back to the mic. You guys see the mic in the logo for Debate Talk for You. Okay, bring it back to the mic. All right, bring the smoke. All right. Of course, we got to get my brother Ahmayan a real mic over there. You know, he over there using those. I don't know what kind of mic he's using right now, but you got to get your real mic, man. You got to get you a real mic.
Okay, I mean, it's been working so far. I've been winning.
Man. Okay, so let me go ahead and get ready to drop this link. All right, so we about to open up the smoke room, y'all. All right, guns is blazing. All right, he wants to smoke, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. I don't plan on being on here all night, y'all. So, again,
like I said, let the people know my camera is gonna be on too long because I put my monitor up too high, so I keep looking up. So I gotta lower it down. So it hurt my neck to keep looking up onto the monitor. So I'm probably gonna have to turn it off so I can really, you know what I'm saying, and then go from there. And then if I can look down, so I want to start with the camera on so you can see me, and then, but I'm not gonna turn it off because it hurting my neck to keep looking up into the screen. That's why I'm looking down like this into the camera. You know what I'm saying? Just let y'all know. All right.
Right, and as for me, my camera's going to be either off or I'm gonna be actually backstage, just working the technical side. If I got to hit the click, I'll do that. If I pop back in, I'll do that. All right, and because you know, hey, it's so much smoke, I may just want a little smoke myself. You know, so lad, we'll just see what happens, y'all. So the link is out. The link is out. So the brother said, "Bring the smoke." All right, Cube. I'm pretty sure you've been waiting on it. So go on in, go ahead, man. Go ahead. All right, so you can come on in, but as always, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Debate Talk for You does not condone any foul language, disrespect, or name calling. A violation of those things will have you removed from the platform immediately. So let's keep it clean and let's keep it clean, y'all. But bring the smoke. All right. He wants all the smoke. All right. All right, man. All right. So I'm not sure what happened with that one. Yeah, one of them didn't go. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, yeah, there it is, y'all. The link is in the chat, y'all. So yeah, Ahmayan. So anybody else, man, on that list, man, that you wanna get at, that you might have not debated in the past, you know, that you want to get on the platform. But I mean, you spoke about Deacon Sakari. I don't, to my knowledge, Deacon Sakari or Haka has never been on this platform, to my knowledge. So I think he should. Who else?
We all know. I'll call Josh out. He's still running. You know what I'm saying? He's so-called debate talk for you champ, they claim. And I'm like, but Sal don't do champ. He don't do winners. So I mean, there is no debate talk for you champion. Don't do winners. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if anyone think he is the champ on debate talk for you, I say he's not, because he can't beat me. You think he can? Tell him stop running. I've been calling him out for years. I called him out a couple months ago. Can women teach? You know what I'm saying? Gabar's a witness. He's running. I'm at Gabar. Did I call him out? Did he say no? Am I right or wrong?
See, man, you try to give me in trouble tonight, man. You try to give me in trouble, man.
I'm just saying for witness. People think
you are trying to get me in trouble tonight, man. That's what you try to do, man.
I'm just saying, as a witness, like, I'm not calling Josh out and asking for debates. Like, they keep saying that Josh gonna beat me. Josh can beat me. I keep asking him to get in the ring with me, and he don't want to do it. So, is it me or is it him? You know what I'm saying? He claimed to be this champion. He's supposed to be so good. The Bible said, "Prove all things." You say you're the best, prove it. I say you're not. Bring it.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all, if I can't get the gunshots louder at the moment. I'm still trying to work out my tweaks over here. But as loud as it's gonna be for now, okay, without messing up something else. But as Moore said, shots fired, shots fired. I mean, hey, look, Debate Talk for You needs debates, and I've been saying this. Debate Talk for You needs debates. Why are y'all not debating on this platform? Okay, there's like a slew of other debates platforms out there, but this one's been around for a number of years. It has tenure. All right, it has a proven track record. Why are y'all not bringing debates here? All right, so
and let me say this too, and there are some good debaters on here. Like Orthodox Moore's a good debater. Anonymous Hebrew's a good debater. There's some good debaters on here. You know what I'm saying? If they have the time and their schedules open up, there's people on here that's some proven good debaters. If you don't think I am, I mean, you gotta admit, you know what I'm saying, these other brothers on here, Anonymous Hebrew, Orthodox Moore, you know what I'm saying, these brothers right are definitely formidable debates, you know what I'm saying. So bring it over here. If you want someone formidable for a real good debate, you know what I'm saying, we have other people on you beside myself, because I know some people don't like me, but it's all good, you know what I'm saying. You're right to who you like and to your opinion, you know what I'm saying. So, but there are people on here that you can debate that's formidable.
Right, indeed. And you guys already know, when it comes on Debate Talk for You, you know, it's gonna be clean, because that's the integrity that is maintained here. All right. Now maybe some people don't like me because they probably figure I'm gonna be hosting or something, because I've been doing that a lot lately on the platform. But like, I mean, other people can step in. I mean, Sal can step in, and you know, whatever the case, like but the thing is that Debate Talk for You needs debates. And this brother is breaking the smoke. He's calling y'all out. He's calling y'all out, y'all. He's calling y'all out. So
they gonna run. Listen, they gonna run. Most of them gonna run. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. It is what it is, man. They know who not to debate. That's all that boils down to. If they feel they can beat you and really, for sure they can beat you, they gonna jump in the ring. But if they skeptical and kind of scared and blah, they gonna run. You know what I'm saying? They gonna run.
Yeah, indeed. So once again, y'all, the link is in the chat. I'm gonna send it out again. The link is in the chat if you want to come on in, bring the smoke, and even if you just want to join the discussion, just want to welcome the brother back, whatever the case is, just go ahead and come on in. You know what I'm saying? Come on in.
Where's Cube at? I thought Cube said drop the link. Where Cube at?
I don't know. Nah, that's why I said Cube was like, "Oh, you want the smoke?" He was like, "All right, drop that link." The link has been dropped for the second time. So if y'all gonna bring the smoke, come on in and bring the smoke. Okay, come on in and bring the smoke.
Come on, Cube. I thought you said drop the link. Come on, brother. Now I've had a little minute debate with outside the Cube, of course. You know what I'm saying? We're cordial, but of course I don't. That atheist is a bunch of crap. Of course, you know what I'm saying. So we had a little minute debate. It didn't go good for him, of course. You know what I'm saying? He lost, of course. He gonna try to say he won, but if Solomon drop it, you're gonna see he lost. It didn't look good for him. I want to say that it didn't look good for him. He knows this is facts. You know what I'm saying? So come on, Orthodox Moore. Let's go around two, bro.
Hey, Moore, if you got time, man, drop the link and hey, we could just start kicking it off, man. Ain't nothing like two veterans here on Debate Talk for you to go ahead and kick off this smoke, man. Like ain't nothing like that. So and yeah, so if you want to come on in, if you got the time, man, come on in. I guess you kind of let it slip out of the bag just now as far as well, yeah. We'll just see when he comes in because you kind of let it slip just now about that other debate. But yeah, it's involving Orthodox Moore. It's involving Orthodox Moore. So we're trying to get it lined up. Y'all. But anyway, all right, Emmanuel. Let me go ahead and get you in. Shalom. You're live on the air and say what's up to the people.
Man, shalom, Aki.
Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Hey, man, so I see it's a lot of chit chat in the chat. Me being one of them. Nah, man, so what's up, man? I want to know, is Paul an Israelite, and how isn't he an Israelite since Akim don't want to get up here and debate his stance, and he's a so-called elder? I asked the question for him. Tell us a little something. How is he an Israelite or is he not an Israelite? And how isn't he an Israelite?
Who you talking about?
Paul.
Who?
Paul. Paul.
How is Paul an Israelite and not an Israelite?
Yeah, is he or isn't he?
Paul is an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, according to Romans chapter 11, verse 1 and 2.
Can we go there?
Yes. Also in Philippians 3, he also says it too as well. Romans chapter 11.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Let me get a screen share so that way the people can see it. Let me open up eSword real quick because I had to restart my computer. So give me a moment, y'all. Hold that scripture for just a second.
I'm gonna turn my camera off so I can get my book too as well. So I'll turn it back on every now and then.
I hit the wrong button. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. All right, what was that verse? Romans 11.
Starting at verse 1.
All right, let me get it on the screen share real quick. All right, and let's go here. All right, pulling it up for y'all now. All right. All right, you can go ahead and take it away now.
Okay, Emmanuel, you want to read that?
Con, I can read it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am and it Salakia. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin.
So that's clear, right? God is not cast away his people. God forbid means God teaches against that, or God is against that, and He lets you know that He's an Israelite, and He tells you of the seed of Abraham, which is very important. All right, very important. Then He says what tribe He's from Benjamin. Okay,
Come.
so that verse clearly there let you know that He's an Israelite, and He identified what tribe He is from. I don't know who's saying Paul isn't an Israelite. They just lying.
So why do people think Paul isn't an Israelite when he was wasn't he like a Sadducees or
He was a Pharisee. He was a Pharisee.
he was a Pharisee, right?
Con.
So they worshipped and lived by the, the law of Moses, huh?
They worship and live by their oral tradition of the elders. That was their main thing that they lived by, and they pushed that on other people. The
Huh.
traditions of men.
So why do people think Paul isn't an Israelite?
I think because they think he teaches against Torah, and also and I think there is a verse in Acts where he talks about what he says him being a Roman. He talks about how him being a Roman, you ever know he had a Roman citizenship. A lot of Israelites had dual citizenship. They were Israelites and then they also had some Roman citizenship. So they might be thinking because he says being a Roman, they might thinking that he's a Roman based on that verse in Acts. But clearly we see there in his own writing, in his own words in Romans 11, that he's an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin.
Con. That's all the smoke I had that I seen so far. Since don't nobody want no smoke.
Where Cube at? Cube, where you at, bro?
He left, man. He had to go probably get back in his cube. Salakia. Let me get back on.
Come on, man.
Hey, I'm out of here, man.
See, y'all go.
Shalom.
Yes, look. I'm gonna look. Sal gonna call me later and be like, "Gabar, Gabar." Tell you, man. I'm gonna get a call later. Anyway, all right. So, this person, I guess, Holy Samurai. I guess he's doing his smoke from the chat. So he's saying, "Show me in the Torah, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Tanakh, the existence of a Christian."
Show you in the. Can you pull it back up, Gabor?
Yeah, show me in the Torah, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Tanakh, the existence of a Christian.
I know I can't show you, in the Torah or the Dead Sea Scroll or the Tanakh the existence of a Christian. A Christian, the term was given to the apostles in Acts chapter 11, verse 29, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, they were calling them the followers of the Messiah, the anointed. That's what it means. Christ means anointed. So they were calling them followers of the anointed. That's who they was pushing. That's what they was teaching. Saying that the Messiah, the anointed, had came. So they was calling them. That's where that name come from. Followers of the anointed. I can get technical with you and go back into the Old Testament. Because the king was anointed. He would be a so-called Messiah. The high priest was definitely anointed. He would be called also a Messiah. And he had his followers, the Levites. You know what I'm saying, that went by his orders. The king, definitely, he's the king. He had his army that followed him. I'm saying I can get technical in that term, but I know you're talking about these people today. You mean them today, you know what I'm saying? So you don't mean those people back then. You mean the people today that's calling themselves that. But so no, if the people today, you won't be able to find them in the Torah, Dead Sea Scrolls, or the Tanakh.
And Mr. Black Taxes was like, "That's a dumb question. That's like asking to show a person in medieval history the invention of a microwave."
I'll just say con. Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, y'all, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Come on in and bring the smoke. Shots are fired. We bringing the smoke right now. All right. Ahmayan is breaking his return back to the platform. Just got through talking about the debates that we got lined up. One being with Vocab Malone. We kind of drop a little hint about Orthodox more, but that's still in the process. And there's other debates that's coming, y'all. Actually, Elder Mikey reached out to me. I'm trying to get back with him to see if we can get that scheduled. And I just want to let y'all know I'm on borrowed time because I got stuff that's coming up, and I'm not gonna be available for a while, y'all. So if y'all want to get these debates in, y'all better get with me right now. Absolutely right now. Because in the next month or so, I will be available. Okay. I will not be available. I gotta go into the shadows. I gotta get with the brethren, some of my peers, and we got to go into the think tank, and I got other stuff to take care of personally. So I got ventures that I'm trying to handle, other projects I'm involved in, my own personal endeavors that I'm involved in. So if y'all want these debates lined up, yeah, y'all better come now. Come now, or either that, or maybe Orthodox More can host it, Sal can host it. But the main point is that if you want to debate, please reach out. Please reach out. All right. Please reach out. Okay. So once again, Ahmayan wants to bring the smoke. Man, yeah, I thought Q was gonna come in, man. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on, Q. Man, you had me all excited, and then I'm like, oh, and then next thing you know, like, man.
Hey, also Gabar. I mean, even if you want to do a dialogue, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know some people are afraid to debate. They're not that kind of arena. They're not ready for that yet. But if you want to just have a dialogue, you know what I'm saying, about a particular question or something, that's fine too as well. You know what I'm saying? We can do that.
Right. I mean, we basically been live for 30 minutes already, and the only person that's come in is the brother Emmanuel. Okay. So look, I'm gonna mediate as best I can, as far as like make sure y'all don't cut each other off and all that, but again, bring the smoke, and that's
Like
what
I
it is.
told you, man. I said that the majority of them they're going to run it. You might get some later on in the comment section if they're going to talk, but they're not never going to really come on, though. You know what I'm saying? That the whole echo chamber in the YouTube comment section,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see that light up later. But as far as them coming on live and really trying to bring the smoke, it probably ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they know who to engage with and who not to engage with. They know if you kind of faulty on your doctrine and you're not sure, they'll come in and try to attack something. But if they know you're talking about, they are not really going to try to engage with you. So it's all good. Again, um, I'm still calling out Josh. I know ABT. I know y'all love Josh and think he's the best. Sorry to tell you, he's not. He's not. Can't beat me. Tell him bring it. Can't beat me. Y'all keep saying he's the best. He's not. He can't beat me. If he can, bring it. Tell him bring it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to go off camera, man. They go. Yeah. Well, so let me go ahead. And just speak on it from a place that I can speak on it. I'll try to be as tactful as I can be. Yes. When I had reached out to Josh, it was actually via Clubhouse. And because you actually put the videos up, so I guess it's public, so I guess I can talk about it. So, yeah, the brother did the teaching on, this was like a while ago, man. This was a while ago. Man, this was a while ago. Yeah, he put the teaching out about women were teachers, prophets, and leaders. That's what it was called, something like that. It was on Clubhouse, and the brother had stated who if there's anybody out there that doesn't agree, debate it or something like that. You guys can go back through the replay on Clubhouse, go on to Absolute Bible Truth, and you guys can hear him say this. So the brother Ahmayan here's his statement, and he asked me to mediate in terms of trying to get that debate set up here on Debate Talk for you. And if y'all want to know the rest, go watch the brother's video on it. That's all I would say from there. Okay. If y'all want to know the rest, go watch the brother's video. Okay. But you know, and I have been trying to get Josh to come over here with debates because I know he's been hosting debates on Clubhouse under Absolute Bible Truth, which is no problem. I mean, you know, if he got his own platform and it's working for him, it is what it is. You know, but the brother Josh is also someone who has a plethora of content, including debates here on this channel. So I'm telling you, Josh, you need to come back. Straight up. You need to come back and you need to bring content here. You need to bring your debates here. I'm just gonna go on record and say that. I mean, personally, I feel that majority of debates that happen within the Israelite community should be on Debate Talk for You. This needs to be the home for debates. That's what it really kind of needs to be, in my opinion. But that's just what I've always envisioned Debate Talk for You to be. Is, you know, yeah, it is primarily Israelite platform, but you know, Sal has had everyone come through here. So he's had everyone come through here. So and everyone knows they're treated with respect. So even if you don't agree with the information, you know, you're still treated with respect. And we do hold and maintain an integrity here. That's why the longevity has been sustained through the times. So y'all need to bring y'all debates here, man. Y'all need to bring them here. The brother is issuing challenges out. You got anybody else who want to call out? Why we online? Since, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link again, see if they want to come in and bring some smoke. But anybody else?
There was some clarity to the situation with Josh. Again, he did his class, and I'm not like, you know, looking for this brother like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying stuff like, can't nobody refute what he's saying, and he talking about Hebrew Israelites. Ain't no Hebrew Israelite. Can't no one, you know what I'm saying, refute what I'm saying. So, and I can. You know what I'm saying? So I did some response videos and stuff. He's seen them. I did some stuff on Club Deck, and responded and showed what he was bringing up to the scriptures was incorrect, that it was wrong, right? And I did it live on my Shabbat class that I do on the Shabbat. So he's seen it. You know, he didn't refute anything I'm saying. You know, so I was like, man, listen, you know, and I think he said something kind of slick, and I said, Gabar, man, you reach out to him, and you know what I'm saying, ask him if he wanted to debate it, you know, because he claiming no one can refute it, and I refuted it. I did about 2 or 3 refutes on it. I think it was 2 or 3, and I refuted it, and he didn't refute my refute, but he's talking like I didn't. So I'm like, well, let's debate it then. And he doesn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that I'm trash. He said I was trash. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm trash, prove I'm trash. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want to do that. That's the problem. That's why I keep calling him out, because he's calling me trash, you know, and he's constantly putting these false information out, because women cannot teach. Anybody want to smoke on that, bring it. A matter of fact, I just did some stuff. I got some stuff coming out actually to prove women cannot teach, some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for that debate already. So if you want some of that smoke, you can bring it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I want just some clarity. Again, this is not personal between me and Josh, because I don't know the brother personally. This is just information. And that's it for me. Just about the information that's been brought out, and that's where I ended at. Anything outside the information, I don't deal with. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'll turn it back over to Gabar.
Yeah, man. Well, so while we waiting, once again, y'all, the link is in the chat. Bring the smoke, bring the smoke, bring the smoke. All right. The door is open to bring the smoke. But it look like they got their own smoke going in the chat right now. That's what it kind of looks like. And of course, that always goes on. But let me ask you a quick question real quick. So, you know, and I actually posed this question to your opponent that you're going to be debating, Vocab Malone, when we had him in the hot seat about, you know, with regard to things that are being taken personal, you know. So I want to ask you, like, why do people take these debates personal? Like, and it's like when it's supposed to be just about the information.
People be getting their feelings. They be getting their feelings hurt, bro. Because I mean, it's like you think you know what you think you know, and then someone is clearly showing you don't. That's an incorrect understanding, and it's publicly. You know, people can't take being corrected publicly, and people can't take correction, period. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a cancer within the Hebrew Israelite community. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be open to correction, you know, and I mean, that's how I teach. I teach according to how I understand Paul's writings in Timothy. He's saying that a teacher must be teachable. He himself must be teachable. That meaning he's open to someone showing him something, because he could be wrong about something. You know, people have their doctrine and they so bent on it, you know, and then when you correct them, they, instead of them going back and saying, let me go check my information, they turn their wrath or they, you know what I'm saying, disagreement or whatever it is they're feeling on you personally, instead of they just like, you know, my information might be wrong. Let me go ahead and recheck it and, you know, correct it because the brother just showing me that I'm wrong. But people don't do that. Most people want to get personal with it once you correct them. You know what I'm saying? So that's a cancer. If you cannot be corrected, you are never going to grow in this knowledge. You're never going to get to a higher level of understanding in this Bible if you think you cannot be corrected. And if you're going to get personal every time someone corrects you, then you're really not in the spirit. You're really not in the body of Christ. You're really just deceiving yourself because you got to walk in the fruits of the Spirit. It doesn't matter really what you know. If you ain't acting and walking in the fruits of the Spirit and loving your neighbor as yourself, you know what I'm saying? Those things that was dropped, then you ain't going to make it in any way. So you might know all this stuff. And Paul talks about this in Corinthians, the 13th chapter. I might know all this stuff, but if I don't have charity, he says I'm nothing. So, I mean, first things first, get your character down, work on you, get yourself together, and then you'll be a better debater and a person that can grow in the information. But you got to first get control of yourself, your spirit, your attitude, you know what I'm saying, and walk in the fruits of the Spirit.
Indeed. All right, just want to say shalom to John Williams. Shalom, appreciate you tuning in. All right, Davion Murphy, shalom. What's going on? Uziel Yisrael reincarnation. You can go ahead and speak on that, man. You go ahead and speak on that real quick.
Yeah, reincarnation is biblical. Again, I said I have debated it on here on the blog talk side, of course. So I mean, it's biblical. It's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to, if Uziel, if you want to dialogue about it or debate it, even it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Either one is fine. It's fine with me. So I understand people don't understand reincarnation. They've heard a lot about it, and you've been given a lot of misinformation about it. It's ever been termed as regeneration. There's always been a term as well that also has been used as well. So, but I just keep it biblical. I just come out the Bible and pull the verses and scriptures on it and different things. So I mean, it's to me, it's all over the Bible, from Old Testament to Renewed Testament. So again, if you want to dialogue about it, reach out to Gabar or even debate it, and we can make something happen. I want to say for the Christians, like I said, I put a challenge out there to vocab, you know, but I just want to see a Christian, a so-called Christian, defend their doctrine without using Paul. I just want to see it done. I mean, I want to see, can a Christian do that? I mean, if you have something for me to say, well, I want to see Hebrew Israelite do this, you know what I'm saying, without going to this prophet. I mean, yeah, you know, I'm willing to do something like that too as well, you know. But Christians go to Paul so much, and I think they're twisting what Paul is saying. But I just want to see, can it be done? Can a Christian prove your doctrine without going to Paul? Can that be done? Because I've never seen it done before. Never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have one for me, by all means, you can throw it out there too as well. You know, I'll definitely take it on. You know, because I'm up for a challenge. Like I said, I'm up for the smoke. So is there a Christian out there that can prove your doctrine without using Paul's writings?
Oh boy, man, our beloved brother Paul, or in some they would say Shaul. In our dialect, we would say Shaul. All right. man, continues to be a huge point of contention. But hey, that challenge is out there too. Look, the brother put a lot out there. He's challenged people. He's calling y'all out. He's wanting the smoke. Okay. So again, challenges are being issued and debates need to happen. It's just that simple. Okay. Enough of this already, man. Let's get to the information side, but the people can decide for themselves instead of just doing all the chit chat back and forth, getting in comment sections, doing all that. Look, come on the platform, hold a respectable debate, defend your position, and then let the people decide. That's what Debate Talk for You is designed for. That exactly. Okay. There's no judges. You know, there's no point systems and none of that. So that way that nothing bias happens. You get a time to present your information. You get time to question the other person. You get time to take questions from the people that are listening that want to come in and ask those questions, and that's it. And then y'all decide. Okay. I don't see what the issue is, man. I mean, I think it should be more debates, especially here on this YouTube side. I mean, definitely be more debates. And shout out to Moore, man. Whenever he was grinding, man, putting in. Actually, when he had vocab alone in here, man, like he hooked the vocab in for like I think for like four or five debates. Like he hooked them in, just had them rolling out back to back to back to back, all within a week. Okay, so that's what this needs. That's what it needs to get back to. It needs to get back to debates, healthy conversations, and dialogue. Okay. That's what it needs to get back to here on Debate Talk for You. All right. So y'all, the link is in the chat. Y'all want to bring the smoke? We'll hang out for about 15 more minutes and see if they want to come in. All right. Let me go through this chat, man. If not, we'll just cut it out at the top of the hour.
Hey, Gabar, let me say this too. There is I remember a while ago, I think sometime middle of last year or whatever, something like that. This guy named J-Man. He said he can beat me or something, or he'll smoke me or whatever. Like, J-Man, if you're listening in, bring it. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like you kind of froze up, or maybe it's just me.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I think we lost you, brother. I think we lost you. All right, hold on. Let me come back down here real quick. All right, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me. Just want to be sure that y'all can at least still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can at least still hear and see me. If you can still hear and see me, put a 1 in the chat. Just real quick. Only need one person to do it.
I don't know. I'm still here, bro. I don't know. We'll see. If Gabar come back up. Either he buffering or I'm buffering. I don't know. It looks good on my side, but it could be me. So I don't know. Oh shit. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. What the hell happened?
All right, y'all. My bad. I got dropped out for a second. I was like, I guess y'all could hear me, but I couldn't hear y'all. Man, it was nothing happening. Okay, so Ahmayan, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you. And I saw that Orthodox Moore had popped in for a second, but now he's gone. Now he's gone. Okay, so all right, y'all. We are back. Okay. All right. Let me come back through this chat real quick. Let me come back through. But
Wait, let me say this before you go to the chat. Like I said, there's a guy out there named J-Man, and he was saying how he can guess he'll beat me, or I forgot how he phrased it. So J-Man, if you're listening in, here's your opportunity to come make me look bad, or whatever you're gonna do, beat me. Excuse me. J-Man, I mean, this is your chance. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So once again, y'all, shots fired. Shots are fired. All right. All right. So we finally got somebody to hit that link, man. I was about to all right, but I'm thinking about to close the door, but we're gonna leave it open now. We got the Orthodox Moore, Shalom. You were live on the air, and say what's up to the people.
Yeah, shalom, fam. What's good? Peace and blessings to the panel. Peace and blessings to the chat.
Shalom, brother.
Yeah, man. It would definitely be nice to see some more debates over here, because I've debated on a lot of different platforms, and I think that I have yet to debate on this platform. But what I like about this platform is the structure of the debate. The fact that you get like 3 rebuttals in this piece, because this is a platform to where you really get to parse the information. A lot of other platforms kind of get stuck on like the high speed accident kind of a concept, where like they want to show you something like crazy for you to look at it, whatnot, and let people just go back and forth and whatnot. They give you like one open round and let people go back and forth. But this format allows you to go through a lot of information, And so I can't wait to debate on this platform with this format, having debated on multiple platforms. So shout out to Ahmayan for letting me get my feet wet on this platform finally after hosting for many years. And I personally, I think that if we can't get more debates on here, I think me and Ahmayan can at least debate at least once a month until things get a bit more busy on this joint. I'm used to, like, when I debate, I'm used to debating quite a bit. And so I can debate a wide range of topics, from politics to religion and whatnot, to science to all kind of stuff. Like, so for instance, I debated Q myself before. Like we were part of the SVDL, Solar Vision Debate League and whatnot. I debated him on evolution. I would love to see more atheists on here. I would love to see more like Christian versus Islam debates, etc., all kind of stuff. I would definitely like to see more Christians on the platform. And I'm definitely gonna try to bring help bring like a more wide plethora of Israelite positions on here. Like, I'm gonna be bringing on people talking about DNA, etc., etc., etc. So hopefully we can see more diverse topics as well.
I hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? I would just like to kind of up the ante in these debates. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lose, you got to convert or something, or stop teaching that.
You got to convert.
Or stop teaching that publicly. Whatever you were teaching and saying it was that. If you clearly lost, you know what I'm saying, you should stop teaching that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been proven that you were wrong. You know, because you debate and people try to act like they don't know who won. Come on, man. I'm talking about a clear win. Sometimes it's debatable. Sometimes you really don't know, but sometimes you know, like, nah, he clearly lost. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in a clear loss, that person should stop teaching that doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Kind of up the ante a little bit. But I think most people ain't gonna.
That's gonna be hard to do, man. That's gonna be hard to do on Debate Talk for you because a winner's not actually declared. I mean,
yeah,
it's
that's
more
not
so
gonna happen. Yeah.
right. It's more so for the people. So it's kind of hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel you on upping up the ante in some kind of way, spicing it up in some kind of way. That's something we definitely got to brainstorm on. Spicing it up in some kind of way where there is some like accountability where you need to at least say, hey, I was wrong or something. Like, at least something where you got to be like, hey, I was wrong, you know, but
you know, I think it's something as simple as putting a poll on the debate. Like, so I put a poll up on the last debate with Elder Mike and Zadok or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to see the results of the poll at the very end or whatnot, but yeah, like, I think at the very least putting up a poll or something like that, like, it allows people to see how the people gauge the debate or whatnot. But yeah, I think the people weighing in is most important, right? Because it's the people consuming the information, right? So we as the host and we as the debaters need to understand how that information is being consumed and whatnot. I can tell you right now, someone who's had over 30 time debates on the internet, that like, you start out, like, when you first start off, like, you're assuming people understand what you're saying. But when you end, like the more you debate, you recognize that you actually got to teach while you're debating and whatnot, or you can't. You have to assume that the people have never heard. You have to debate like people have never heard the topic before. And so a lot of times, I like, people come in with the debate thinking like, oh yeah, I smashed this, I killed this, blah blah blah. But the people couldn't understand what you were saying. You might have made a factually correct point, but you didn't illustrate it correctly for the people and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And so I think whatever happens, I think the people should be the one driving that car. That's just my 2 cents on that. But real quick, I do want to say this though too. So we this is a platform that's got over a decade of tenure. Oh, well over a decade of tenure in the community, right? And so there's a lot of, like, so my man was talking about Sakari. We could go to a whole bunch of different camps or now. We could go to a bunch of different Christians, etc. A lot of people was getting their start on this platform or debating here in the early days before they got big and whatnot, right? So. Yeah. Don't be Hollywood, son. Don't be Hollywood, son. Don't act like don't act like, you know what I'm saying, we don't got the evidence of y'all being here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't act like we don't got all the debates, we don't got the full catalog on the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fronting, fam. And pay homage. Just pay homage, fam. Like, so and check this out. For all the big camps that's too Hollywood to come through, you ain't gotta send your top dude. Send your top students if you want to, fam. Send your top students. It don't matter, but come on, stop acting like you didn't come through here
a long time ago, getting your teeth sharp and whatnot, getting your feet wet, you know what I'm saying, before your names got big, getting your names big on these platforms. Take these debates away from your career. What does it look like at the very beginning of it? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just pay homage, fam. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no one asking you to break off no bread and nothing like that. Just come through.
Right, exactly. And you know, I kind of had spoke to this whenever Sal had went live on the Blog Talk side. You know, look, Israel, y'all have allowed the monetization of YouTube to corrupt your mind to where you're not paying homage to where you got to start at. It's like, come on, like really? And I'm glad you said it more because I've been wanting to say it for a minute, but I guess the topic about the smoke, man, we need, because a lot of y'all have been on here and then don't say nothing. And once you're gone, you say nothing about Debate Talk for You. Y'all know about Debate Talk for You. Y'all know the content has been here, but then you guys go everywhere else. But then you want to talk about there's no unity in Israel, or we need to support more Israelite platforms. We need to do this, but you guys go everywhere else, but the place that you got your start at.
And literally every host on here, we all got different beliefs, man. Like, so it's not like it's one belief system governing the whole thing. No, we're diverse, fam. And like Israelites are trying to find, where can we go talk and have a conversation, fam? So I've been providing that platform for a long time, where it's clean. You can play this conversation for your kids in the background. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to go ahead. My fault.
Nah, I was just bringing this up right here. Got their following and right, exactly. That's exactly what has happened. You know, Sal has assisted in y'all's following being built, being that y'all been on this platform. Okay, and since my time here, the only person besides Orthodox Moore, as well as the brother who wants to smoke, my brother right here, the only other person, ironically, who has actually paid that homage back since my time here, who's not even an Israelite, I want to point out, Israel, not even an Israelite, Garfield Reed came through with his book, got in the hot seat, and talked about how he's a byproduct of Debate Talk for You. Okay, and you guys can go back to the hot seat, and he stated it. Okay, so someone who doesn't even believe in the man, he doesn't even believe in the Bible like that. Okay, yet he can do it. He can do it. We got all these tenets about giving double honor to the elders and exhorting, giving exhortation to our brothers and all that. And you guys can't make an appearance on Debate Talk for You. You guys got all these debates out here, all these different things that are going on, all these different places and stuff, and you guys can't bring it here. Like, and this has been a huge issue for me personally. I'm like, man, what is going on, man? Like, why has Sal helped all these people out and then they all just jet? Okay, they all jet. They get their following and then they jet.
See, but this is what we're finding right now. Is like, it's a sign of the times. Like when people get a little too big, they don't want the information challenged or whatnot. People don't want to debate. They want to talk really loud from a distance or talk within their echo chambers or whatnot, right? Because they're afraid if they come outside the echo chambers, the voice isn't going to carry and it's going to affect the money. Because if the ideas get checked in real time, it might not be the same as when it's in the echo chamber or whatnot. And this is what I'm saying, fam. Like this is where we're at. Like it's are we doing this thing for entertainment? Or are we doing this thing for real? Because a lot of people, it's like they got their following, like my G said, they got their following and they jetted. You know what I'm saying? So
right. So what are we really doing here? Are we really trying to be about the information and trying to get to the heart of the matter and the truth? Or are you trying to fatten your pockets? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's start addressing the elephant that's in the room. A lot of y'all have channels that have been monetized, and it has an effect on the decisions that you made with regard to what platforms you go on. Because now you're like, oh, I got a following, people looking at me, I got this stream of revenue now, hold on. Come through, Sister Cherry. Hey, Ahmayan, you want to smoke with Sister Cherry?
Nah, bro. I mean, it's like I don't. That's not my thing, man. I prefer males. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Sister Cherry. She got like she tends to kind of like, don't keep it cordial and get kind of disrespectful. And on Sal platform, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So.
But at least she came through and been on a hot seat before. You know what I'm saying?
She did. But I'm just, I mean, as far as if you mean debating her, I mean, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And even she showed love to Sal Showtime, and she's known as a devil in Israel. Okay, she is. Okay, let's just call it like we see it. She's known as a devil in Israel. That's what the word is, and she's basically marked. Okay, to really not deal with her like that. But even she gave respect to Sal Showtime and debate talk. Even she has done it. Even she has done it.
I never said that, so don't. I never said that.
Hey, look,
that was Gabar. Yeah, Gabar was saying right there. That big bust that me and Ahmayan are throwing the Gabar in the right now. Just know that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's what it is, because I want to keep it real. Like
that's facts though. For real,
she is known as that by a lot of people in the Israelite community. That's what they refer to her as. But yet she can come through and still show love to Sal Showtime. Even on her own platform, she will still give respect to Debate Talk for You. She will still do it.
So you got Garfield coming through paying homage. You got Cherry coming through paying homage. You got Vocab coming through paying homage. So
didn't Zion come to and pay some homage or no?
Yeah, Zion. Yeah, shout out to Zion Lex. He won't debate here because he says that he only debates on Sonetta's platform. But he said he will come through for some dialogues and whatnot. I'm trying to guess what's still popping in the background.
Yeah, I thought him and Sonetta fell out or something. They still cool again or what?
The conscious community is what it is, fam. Like it's got its inner workings and whatnot. So I know he's back working over there and whatnot. I've seen him. He was over there just recently debating and whatnot. So I'm assuming they're cool enough for him to debate back on the platform. But I know that typically Sonetta deals with like an exclusivity thing with the debates and whatnot. But I would definitely see what's up with him.
Yeah, I was just asking because I know that was his agreement with Sonetta before they had a falling out. I thought maybe that stand kind of dropped off. You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea. Like I said, I know it's Sonetta typically deals with exclusivity and whatnot. Like even Garfield, like he won't debate off that platform.
Okay.
But shout out to Garfield. Like even he says he's going to come down for dialogue, come out for dialogues and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everyone who's come through for that dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Because this is debate and talk for you. It's debate talk for you. So we debate and we talk. We can build on all kind of stuff, right? Something we're going to be added to the situation. I know, like with me and Ahmayan's debates, we'll be doing some pre-debates, so we can get some information hashed out for the people. Some people, just like what we were talking about beforehand, like so the people can be better equipped going into the debates with information to know what we're talking about. And Ahmayan, like I said, fam, like if you're down, like I'm totally down to debate at least once a month. You know what I'm
saying? Definitely, man. As how I move is most I willing. Time permits, you know what I'm saying? We can do it. I think I heard Tazariak said that Garfield is a low-key Christian. I think that's what I heard him say. So. What I heard him say. He's a low-key
Garfield used to be a Christian. He's like an agnostic.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean,
that's his whole spiel. Like he used to be a Christian, like now he thinks it's fake, so now he goes to the Bible, etc.
I mean, he do believe, Hamashiach is historical. I think before he didn't, but now he is historical. So he's leaning in the right direction. He's got to come all the way over. I think even Zion Lex believes he's historical, and I think I heard him say that the Messiah name is Yeshua, but he still don't think it's the one in the first century. But see, he's almost there. He's coming over. So Zion Lex, if you're listening, brother, you almost there, brother. Almost there. You know what I'm saying? You're not far away.
Yo, it wouldn't hurt to get a couple of Torah only debates popping and whatnot. There used to be some smoke on a joint about the Torah only versus the Messianics and whatnot. I remember, like that's how I get introduced to debates off you was they had me come over moderate for the first time what was it, on trial, you know what I'm saying? We was on here for hours on that joint.
Oh yeah, that's how I got introduced to you. More was that?
Yeah,
trial,
that was
man.
The first time I was on trial.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, man. I still got a bone pick with you about that, but
oh, you want that smoky bar? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man.
I was just the host, bro. I was just I ain't had nothing to do with it, bro. I was just the host. What you talking about?
it wasn't, man. They wouldn't let me get my 2 minutes or nothing, man. I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, you just keep cutting in and stuff like, no more check up. But nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. That was actually my first time doing something like that myself. That's how I got introduced to this platform. So,
hey man, Gabar, when are you gonna get in the ring, bro? We want to see you get in the ring and do something, man. Do sparring session or something, man. You gonna do a little something?
So the one person I did want to challenge is no longer with us. Rest in peace, Messenger of Truth.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
He is the one person that I wanted to. If it was anybody for my first one, it was him. It was him. It was him. I really wanted him, but of course the time had to be appropriate and everything and stuff. And I don't know if he would have wanted to debate me, but he was one person. He was definitely one person. But rest in peace, Messenger of Truth. Because he used to get at me in the comments all the time, man, with these long thesis statements. And now I'm like, dang, now they're not there anymore. I'm like, wow, I'm like, man, so but yeah, he was the one person. As far as anyone else, if I had to challenge someone, I mean, nah, there's not really there's nobody on my radar like that. Really, there's nobody on my radar. And I'm still learning myself, man. Like, I don't know if I have the debate skill capability. I don't know if I have it. I honestly don't. I guess I won't know until I actually try. But I don't know if I do have, and that's just being honest. But and then it's now if someone were to challenge me, I mean, as long as the brother is respectful, and yeah, we can try to see if we can set something up. I'll go ahead and take a swing at it. But again, I'm on borrowed time right now, so if it's gonna happen, it's got to happen sooner rather than later. So, but I know people are kind of used to me being the host, and kind of moderating and things of that nature too. So to kind of like trade hats and get in that ring, on as far as having an opponent, that would be interesting. That would be interesting, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw some names out there I want to see on the platform. So I'm gonna say some Christians right quick. Like I want to see Faithful to God come through. Because I know a lot of people. What was that?
I beat him.
A lot of people want to debate Faithful to God. I think there's some DNA debates and some other debates that would be interesting for them to have. I think that I want to see people like Adam Coleman, K-Dub True. I want to see people like Alton. I want to see you have a debate over your film. I always like seeing on the mic debate. Definitely seeing on the mic debate. But yeah, I want to see I definitely want to see more people coming through from the European Christian apologist side as well. I would like there was at one point there was a like Anthony Rogers and Sam Shamone's being mentioned with vocab. I'd like to see them come through. Like there was at one point in time, like on a bigger platform on modern day debates, you know what I'm saying? People like David Wood turned down like like getting paid to debate me over there, whatnot. So I don't know if he'll come through over here, whatnot, without getting paid or whatnot. And that's the problem. Some of these cats, they want to get paid to show up. They want to get paid to show up in debate. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a non-monetized platform. Like this is about information and whatnot over. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see some of the bigger Christian apologists come through as well. Because so for instance, I debate a wide range of topics like Islam, etc. We don't really get too many Islam debates over here, right? Josh, that goes for you too, fam. I've seen you debate Islam on the platform as well. I'd love to debate you on that kind of stuff. You give people a diverse set of topics to come listen to, because I think that's a big issue, is like giving people diversity over here, right? Zadok, I think you and I could have a couple interesting debates and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And between brothers or whatnot, it'd be interesting to get it in and just show people information and whatnot. I wish certain people weren't locked in on just the Sonetta platform, but we might be able to work out like some dual debates to where we can set up some debates so I was talking so there was talks about me and Zion Lex potentially debating the Exodus or whatnot, right? In terms of timelines and pharaohs and whatnot. If we can't set up the debate, we'll definitely do a dialogue. But if we can do a debate, we might have to do it to where it's like a dual stream, to like we have it on the platform, but they dual stream it on one side from Sonetta and one side we do it over here or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? No idea. But yeah, we definitely got to get the bigger heads coming through, because it's time to match up the information, fam. It's a lot of people talking on the internet right now. It's a lot of people talking, and I hate to say it, but Israelite information is getting beat up everywhere right now. Like, people sound cool within the community, but once they try to take it outside the community, it's not looking good for a lot of people. It's a lot of info getting beat up right now. So this whole echo chamber scholarship thing it's not a good look for the community, fam. Like Gabar was talking about, people got their bags and whatnot, they got their followers and whatnot, but what are they doing with it? They're not, like, what are we doing with the info, fam? We're not making the cream rise to the top on this thing.
I just want to say shout out to Faithful. I'm messing with you, bro. You know, I know you probably, you ain't beat me. You're talking about. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, brother. Man, that was a classic debate here on Debate Talk for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm up to running back. You know what I'm saying? So again, like what the Locks Moore said, he would love to see you back on the platform. I would too. You ain't definitely got to debate me. I mean, you got Gabar right here. Gabar one of you know what I'm saying?
Abu, I'm trying to see you debate Lashwan Kadash. Like, Abu, I need you. Abu, I will host a late night debate for you, fam, because I know you got like late night, you know what I'm saying, availability. I will host a late night debate for you debating Lashwan Kadash on this piece. All
right. Yeah, let's talk about that. Because I do think that people are misinformed about Lashwan Kodash. People just think that it's made up. Someone was getting at me in the comment section because I said Salakia, and the person knew what I said. They knew what I said, and so they were like, "Yeah, you're trying to say excuse me, and you act like you know what you're talking about, but you don't, and you're lying." And I'm like, "But you know what I'm saying, though. Like, so that means you actually know what I'm saying in Hebrew. So that means you know about this too."
So you know what I'm saying.
I'm like, how do you even know what I'm saying then? If I'm not saying it right, how do you know what I'm saying? So, so yeah. So I mean, yeah. Yeah. With Lashwan Kodash, we can definitely try to set something up about that because, yeah, I do think that people need to at least be informed. Now, I want to go on record and say that, what we got passed down to us from the brothers in the old One West, all of it's not correct. And like Ahmayan can even attest to that. We've been having to go back through and make corrections. There are some things that they did get wrong, but the concept of the dialect is definitely relevant when you study vowel systems. It's definitely relevant. So yeah, more or less, let's set that up.
Hold on, Gabar, are you saying that you want the smoke of the boo? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I mean, if we're gonna if we can have a dialogue about Lashwan Kodash and talk about it, then I'm just gonna present the information about.
I think that'd be fantastic, fam.
Yeah,
I'm definitely in a campaign for that, 100%.
I just want to say with this modern Hebrew, I guess I call it Shebrew. It just, to me, it's not Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Because Hebrew is pictographic, and it's a picture of something, and these square letters are not a picture of nothing. I don't know what they're a picture of, you know what I'm saying? But the ancient pictographic Paleo Hebrew are pictures of something. It's pictographic and it's also phonetic as well. So this new Assyrian box script, to me, that's not original. I don't even think that's to me, it's not Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You might disagree, of course, think that it is. I think the vowel pointing attached to it is a violation of Torah because it's like an addition. It's adding stuff to the original text, because in the Dead Sea Scrolls, you do have that script there, but there is no vowel pointings in it. And in the Dead Sea Scroll, you do have the Most High name preserved in Paleo Hebrew. They did not write his name in that new square script in the Dead Sea Scrolls. They left it in the ancient pictographic Paleo Hebrew script, telling you that they revere his name so much they didn't want to put it in that new script. So that's something you need to look into and recognize the writers of the Dead Sea Scroll, how they viewed that script. They didn't view it as compatible enough to put God's name in it when they wrote the Dead Sea Scrolls, and there's a fact. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I think Gabar is adequate to go ahead and deal with that. But a lot of people have a pushback on the Lashwan Kodash and stuff like that. But I don't think you have all the information on it. You might have heard someone say this or so on and so forth, but there's a lot of information out there I think you're definitely missing. You know what I'm saying? So definitely Gabar can cue you in on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And again, I did a brief presentation because I wanted to give more time to the brother who I had come on, the brother Shalash, to give his presentation. So I kind of went briefly into the information that I had concerning the scholarship behind Lashawan Kodash, the actual scholarship information with dealing with the vowel systems, because the vowel pointing, that's not the original vowel system. The original vowel system is Matre Lectionis, or or some people call it Mater Lectionis. Okay, so there's a lot of information regarding this, how it's interpolated into the text. Okay, it's been interpolated into the text, and so that's something that can also be proven as well. And there's information about that, so where people can at least stop saying the Hebrew that y'all are using is made up, calling it Kawabunga Hebrew, and just saying saying a bunch of stuff about it. Just it's throwing a lot of insults at it without actually investigating the information to see, does it actually have any relevance at all. And according to what I've looked up, there is a great deal of relevance. A great deal of relevance. Taking it all the way back to before the Tower of Babel. And I'll land it there.
I'll say this about the Paleo Hebrew. It's for me, it is the thing that cleared up the misunderstanding in the book of Malachi. In the book of Malachi, it talks about the son of righteousness, and there it has S-U-N, and it's in this modern day Hebrew, it's Shemesh, and Shemesh is the son, right? So people have used that against us to say that, you guys have in your book, you guys worship the sun, the S-U-N, the son of righteousness. You guys are worshiping that thing in the sky, you know what I'm saying? But when you go into the Paleo Hebrew and you understand that, that is Shamash, and that's talking about servant, the servant of righteousness, and that itself even goes all the way back to the goes back to the feast of dedication, where you have the candle when it was 8 candles, and then you had the one in the middle, which they would use to light the other candles every day, and that one in the middle, that's known as Shamash, the Shamash, the servant candle that they would use to light the other candles there, the other 7. And and I know it's a servant candle. So that is in the Israelite culture, that they understood the word Shamash to be servant, and that's the accurate understanding there in Malachi, the 4th chapter, about the servant of righteousness. Not the son, is the servant of righteousness, and that fits Hamashiach Yahushai perfectly. But if you don't go into the culture, understand the temple service and those things in there like that, then you probably will never come across that information. But Paleo Hebrew cleared that verse up very easy. I think Daniel do have that too in the Aramaic script. He do use that word in there as well. Use the word Shamash as servant. I think it's in Daniel, the 7th chapter. But again, there's certain things that Paleo Hebrew clears up and make the script make more sense than in this box script. I got Gabar gone.
Oh, no, I just stepped away. I know more. He was about to on mic, so I was just trying to give an opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Or maybe more stepped away. I'll go ahead.
Oh, yes, I did step away. I came back though. So yeah, I mean, I'm going through your debates and whatnot on the platform, and I'm trying to ascertain your full breakdown, because I know you lean one West, but you're not you don't necessarily agree with everything they say 100%. What's your stance on the 12 tribes chart?
The 12 tribe chart needs to be updated. You know what I'm saying? The information concerning it needs to be updated. I think people don't understand that chart. I mean, as far as when I was in there, it basically just dealing with the Western Hemisphere. It was not something to say that was for the entire world, just dealing with people on this side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we understood Israel scattered all over the world, but the chart needs to be updated, and certain thing that was put in there that's clearly incorrect and that's wrong needs to be taken out. You know what I'm saying? So
what will be incorrect in your understanding?
Hispanics being Israelite, to me, from what I've found, they're not Israelite. As I understood more about the mixing of the Spaniards and the Aztecs.
Interesting.
That bred these people as Mexican, which I understand it to be mixed, and according to Torah, Most High had to make people to leave. He's, you know what I'm saying, send them away. So the mixing will be an issue. The mixing will be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So people out here thinking that you are just of your father alone, and that will be incorrect. You have your father and your mother, which makes you an Israelite again. And that's something I'm up to dialogue and maybe even debate. I'm looking more and more into it. And what I've found, according to the Bible, you have to be from your mother and your father got to be an Israelite for you to be an Israelite, from what I've found. If you disagree, again, we can dialogue it and maybe even debate it. But what I'm seeing so far, that's how you're an Israelite, by your mother and your father.
And so you're saying, like, for certain though, like the Hispanics can't be Israelites based upon what you found.
If they are mixed, you know what I'm saying? Mixed people.
So are you saying like Afro Latinos, like as long as they're like so-called like African American or black on both sides, that
there's a possibility, then you would then have to trace the prophecies concerning those people. If they line up with the prophecies in the Bible and stuff like that, the curses, then yeah.
What about Native Americans? Should they be removed from the list or no?
God.
So you have like a Negro only kind of a doctrine in a sense.
Kind of, but right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm never closed-minded. I'm open to correction, but what I'm seeing right now, that's what it looks like to me right now. I mean, it could change if you can show me different, but that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I definitely know I got some people who would be interested in debating those topics, and if they're not, I know I would. But I'm not trying to be greedy, you know what I'm saying? I want to give some diversity to the thing. So I definitely know I got people who would debate those concepts and say that you couldn't scientifically be correct on that, right? And I would take some different angles on that. But would you be willing to take debates on can Hispanics be Israelites? And let's see, and like the Negro only doctrine.
Definitely.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that's enough. I mean, I know for a fact mixed people are not Israelites. That's what I mean. They can run into a big wall because according to Nehemiah, it says when they read the law, they separated from all the mixed people. So something that Israel read in the law at that time made them separate themselves from all the mixed multitude that was among them. That's when they came out of the Assyrian captivity. So something in the law prompt them to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where people are going to find an issue at. So, I mean, we see in the law when Israel came out, it says Israel came out. It says they also came out with a mixed multitude, separating Israel and the mixed multitude together. So it wasn't like they was integrated. And my research, I found that they was actually outside the camp of Israel. That mixed multitude was not in the camp of Israel. They had their own section outside the Israelite camp. They called them I think camp followers or something like that. Camp followers is what they was called. What the research I found on them. So they was not actually part of the Israelite congregation.
Yeah, so can Hispanics be Israelites and can non-Negroes be Israelites? Like we're talking like bloodline.
Israel is a bloodline thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so you would take those debates right there.
Oh, we'll talk first, but yeah, definitely I'm up for it.
That's what's up.
I'm up for
I think those would be some very interesting debates on this platform.
Like I said, I want to be clear, man. I'm not stuck on stupid. I'm not stuck on dumb. I'm willing to debate if I'm wrong and you show me I'm wrong. I'm gonna say I'm wrong because I'm about the truth, man. Whatever the truth is, I'm on that.
And that's respect right there, because a lot of people won't do that.
I'm not on that. Well, he proved me wrong, so I'm gonna still teach the wrong thing. Not me personally, not me. If he proved me wrong, I'm gonna correct that immediately. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Lou, man, you trying to get the smoke on me and my typing speed, man? You trying to take a challenge to see who can type the fastest or something? What's going on, man? I know I got my mic unmuted. I was typing as I was trying to send out the link. So if y'all want to bring the smoke, come over there. You know what I'm saying? But actually, my typing speed is actually not that fast. I'm probably maybe about somewhere between 40 to 50 words per minute, if that. So I ain't that fast. I'm about average, if that is average. I don't know what the average is, but yeah, I'm not that fast.
Hey, so Gabar, I mean, is there anything you guys talking about doing some like lessons, some different type of information, bringing out on? I know Vinny does the Torah reading. Is there anything that you guys are putting together? You know what I'm saying, as far as more content on the platform?
So I'll actually be once I hit episode 50, I'm gonna be stepping down for quite a while because I got a lot going on the back end. I'm still gonna make myself available to host debates if needed and if my schedule allows it and things of that nature. If I need to help out with anything on a technical end, and then I'm working with Sal on the Debate Talk for You website and trying to get all that going. So, um, I'll be going live, Shabbat morning. I'm probably going to be taking my shot at this topic on salvation. So I think I can bring a perspective that the Most High has showed me through my studies, that people may find interesting. Because I do believe that salvation is a concept that is only for Israel. I do believe that conceptually. When I'm studying the scriptures, it's something that is for Israel, but just kind of understanding what salvation is and all that. I know you guys were kind of talking about it, with regard to debating earlier and stuff, and I was kind of like, man, but uh I actually have a concept that of it that I haven't seen anybody else talk about yet. So that's probably what I'm gonna be touching on. I may have one of my brothers come on with me, man, that I'm building with on the back end to help me read and stuff. And in case we need to swing the blade a couple ties, man, in case some smoke come our way. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna be doing. And then actually episode 50 on the last one, what I want to do is, how when you read in Paul's letters, how towards the end in a lot of his letters he gives a lot of like salutations, and admiration towards certain individuals. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do something similar to that, where I'm like basically, just kind of like going through of the people that came on with me that may have assisted with something, and just kind of like running it back through, and just kind of just doing it like that. So that's pretty much what that episode is pretty much going to be about. Uh, I thought about addressing the controversy behind a certain episode that I did of the Sabbath meal. I thought about addressing it in a little bit more detail, but I'm gonna just leave it alone for now, at least. For now. Uh, there are, there are some other things that I wanted to do here on the platform that Sal actually gave me permission to do, but it's a very delicate situation that I gotta walk, because it does involve me personally, but it's something that I may need to bring awareness to, and it is involving another organization. So another Israelite organization that's actually very large. So um but so I'm still just kind of seeing what I want to do with that. I know me and you, we are trying to get something lined up with regard to Israelite history. So if you want to kind of speak on that, stuff, you
Oh man, I don't know if you're kind of going in and out. Was he not that kind of didn't catch the last part of what you were saying? But I do want to say this because I know people that if you believe that only Israel is going to get salvation, then what's the point of these other nations living in the Most High Christ? Where do they fit in if it was only for Israel? And we see examples of different people who are not Israelites who stuck to the Most High, like the Ethiopian in Jeremiah. I think it's Jeremiah 40 something, it is something around there. And when Jerusalem fell, the Most High said, "I'm going to give you your life for a prey because you believed in me." You know what I'm saying? But by no means did the text referred to him as an Israelite because he put his trust in the Most High God. So there is benefits for the nations to put their trust in the Most High God. He has a covenant and a contract with his people and promises and stuff like that, which he promised to them to give to them, and that's what that is. That's what the salvation is. So I urge every non-Israelite. I mean, you still believe in the Most High, still accept Hamashiach as your Lord, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Savior because he's saving Israel, but he's still as your Lord, you know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for you to not want to believe in him, because there are benefits, there are things that comes along with you believing in the true God and his Messiah, you know what I'm saying? So, but understand that there is a promises and contract made to his people that he's going to carry out. So by no means don't let that discourage you, that salvation is only for Israel. There is things for you too as well. There are things for you as well, from God as well, benefits as well. I say that.
You're right. And yeah, Vinny's play talk about I use text to talk. but yeah, and I would actually concur with that statement. I just think that there's some things concerning salvation that a lot of our brothers have gone rogue. A lot of our brothers have gone rogue with the topic. They've gone very, very, very rogue without actually giving you the full picture, because it's more than just, this is something that's only granted to as salvation is something that's only granted to Israel. Because yes, though that is what I see and that is what I hold to. There's still a whole lot involved in that salvation given to Israel that does involve the other nations, and it's a lot. It's a lot that's there that's got to get unpacked. It's a lot that's there because Israel getting salvation involves a role that the nations have to play. Okay, with regard to what we see whenever the kingdom is established here on earth. So there's a lot that's there, and it just needs to be unpacked. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go through and show what salvation was in the past, what it actually was, and how it leads into the time of the Messiah, and then try to culminate it with what we see the prophets speak on that's supposed to be happening in the near future. So that is what I'm going to try to do with that topic.
And to that end, stay tuned, family, because Ahmayan and I do have a debate on this very topic coming in the first week of April. And Gabar, I do think it would be good for, like, so you're saying like the first week and last week April, you're open?
Yeah. I know we were kind of talking about April, what, the 3rd or something like that. Is that what we were talking?
Yeah, and so yeah, I think we should do like our first two debates like in April, that first and last week and whatnot. Keep the flow popping, keep the debates coming in and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like so what we're gonna do with that, family, is we're gonna have a pre-debate to where we both bring our definitions to the table and whatnot, and so in our premises to the table, whatnot, so the viewers know exactly what we're talking about. Because like the brothers are saying, this is a very intricate topic and whatnot, right? And like in the language involved and the definitions involved, this can go a lot of different directions and whatnot, right? So we want to make sure people are understanding what we're saying, understanding our premises and whatnot, and that information is not getting overlooked and whatnot. So we'll be having our first debate in the first week of April, and we're gonna have a pre-debate a couple of days before the debate.
Yeah, because I know after that, we start preparing ourselves for Passover. I think Passover is the 16th, I think, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be in preparation. Right after that, we start preparing ourselves, get the living out your house and everything else, and preparing, trying to find a place and food and heads and all that kind of stuff. We got decorations and stuff. So that's going to be occupying in the middle of April. And then after all that, it's said and done. We fulfill not eating living bread for 8 days. After that dies down, then we kind of get back into the debate situation with that afterwards.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. So got a question up on the screen for Ahmayan. Did Jesus pre-exist his birth? If he did, was he God or an angel? What was he?
Yes, he definitely existed before he came as Hamashiach Yahweh, and he was a God, not the God. He was a God or an angel. I would say he was an angel, but angels are called gods as well. You know what I'm saying? So as far as him being a God and an angel, that would be the same thing. And I guess you would want a verse to back up what I am saying, which I actually have. We could come to the book of Isaiah. I think Isaiah. 1 second. Let me grab it. Isaiah, I think it's the 40th chapter, says this. Let me get it right quick so I can be accurate in what I'm saying. Isaiah chapter 40, Gabar. And I'm gonna start at verse 6. All right. Isaiah chapter 40, I'm gonna start at verse 6. I'm gonna read what Gabar up on the screen. It says, the voice said, cry. And I said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the spirit of Yahweh bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, and the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. O Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up into the high mountains, O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings. Lift up thy voice with strength, lift it up. Be not afraid, say unto the cities of Judah, behold, your God. Behold, the Lord God will come with a strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. All right. So this is talking about the Lord God coming. He says his reward is with him and his work before him. All right. That will then precept with you with Isaiah 62 and 11. Remember that last part there. Behold, his reward is with him and his work is before him. All right. That's the one who was coming. Isaiah 62 and 11, Gabar. Isaiah 62 and 11. Isaiah 62 and 11 says, behold, the Lord hath proclaimed unto the ends of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. That's Hamashiach's name, salvation. It says, behold, his reward is with him and his work before him. So this is a person, right? It says his reward is with him and his work before him. This is a person, and he's called salvation, thy salvation. That's what Christ's name is. Verse 12 says, and they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of Yahweh, and thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. So that'll be my answer.
All right, so let's see what else we got going in this chat. All right, Vinny. As always, y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. More. You wanna touch on that for a little bit about that question? Let me see if I can bring it back up. Let me go find it. Where is it at? There it goes. Bring that back up. All right. So once again, did Jesus pre-exist his birth? If he did, was he God or an angel? What was he?
I would definitely. So I had a conversation with Alton that I replayed on this platform here. When we will be having Alton and I believe Elder Mike and other people on to actually have this discussion even further. Is Jesus God? I'm in the position that Jesus is God. I'm in the position that he's not the Most High God. I do believe that John 1:1 makes a separation between Theon and Theos. I do believe that they have the same quality, but there is a distinction. I do believe that when Jesus, when he had the chance to speak on his godhood in physical form, that he chose to identify as Theoi and Theos, both plural forms of God, like Elohim, for instance, right? And not like the Ha Elohim, but just like the plural form of Elohim, or Elohim for my brothers over here. So I'm of the concept of like, so when he cites the Old Testament on the matter, he says, "Ye are gods," and when you finish it out, children of the Most High. I think he's consistently saying that he is of the plural form of the Most High that is unified with the Most High, the plural form of God that is unified with the Most High, as we see in the Shema. The Shema lists out one God in plurality, unified. That's my take on it. In brief.
All right, y'all. So the link's been going out. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I ask more a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you mean unified with God?
One with the Father.
What does that mean?
like one in will, one in intention, one in purpose, one in agreements, etc. Oneness has a lot of meanings to it.
Got you. So they're in other words, they're on the same page.
Mm-hmm. That's one way of seeing it. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I would pretty much see it the same way. Yeah, that Akkad. Now, and shout out to you more, man. You actually been man. My homeboy Kenneth Porter, that I had, I've been knowing him since I was in first grade, man. So you, but y'all, I appreciate what y'all did with him. Okay, because that's someone that I've been, of course, I've been knowing him since for a very long time. So we talking well over 30 years. We talking.
Who's that? Who's that we're talking about?
The brother that I had on last Friday night.
Okay, yeah.
And we were talking about the Trinity. And so I appreciate what y'all did whenever y'all came through, because y'all pushed him to kind of look at some things and be like, okay, though he had his position and he stood his ground, and I'm giving him respect for that. He stayed on his square, but he was also humble enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to go look at that. I'm gonna have to go look at this and see that again. That's what this platform is for. It's for those kind of moments where a person is, even if they don't agree, they can still be like, you know what? Let me go back and look at that, so I can go learn something. Maybe something I missed, And then if they come to a different conclusion, all praises. And then if they don't, then, still all praises, because they took the initiative to go back and actually look it up. So, I definitely appreciate that, man, with you and the bishop that came through, and Marlo had came through, and y'all scrutinized his information, and did it respectfully, so, and I spoke with the brother afterwards, the next morning, and he said, yeah, he really enjoyed himself. He wants to do a part 2. He wants to come back and dig into it some more. So that's what Debate Talk for You is for.
Facts.
That's what it's for.
Facts. Since day one, fam. Since day one, this is a non-monetized channel, fam. So it's definitely like, this ain't about money, fam. This is about information. Like, again, Sal goes out of his way to make sure that he brings you information that you can have your kids listening to in the background. That's a lot of people that we're talking about, fam. You can't necessarily be doing that with all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got you might want to listen to some stuff, but you got to make sure you don't know what they're going to say, what they're going to cover. Like, yo, there's a lot of crazy stuff popping off in these YouTube streams and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're talking about information, cultural information, biblical information, etc., that you can listen to debated at a high level, very clearly with the structure of the debate and whatnot, with no biasness in the platform. None of the moderators are allowed to be biased in any way, shape, or form. We have to be down the middle with this thing. And again, you can have your kids listen to this. You can have your parents listen to this thing, fam.
Yeah. Right. You spoke on, how the moderators can't be biased. And that's a hard job, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. That is a very, very, very hard job to do, because, me as a moderator, I mean, come on. I mean, I come on the platform, I teach my lessons. So clearly I have a position as well, and, I publicize it also. I put myself out there for my information to be scrutinized, and so, of course I try to do other things like, dialogues with people and host and, ask questions, do like more on like interview styles and stuff. But I have done teachings on here, and, you being in that moderator seat is hard. It's a hard thing to do, especially in a debate, because you want to say something so bad and you're like, oh, and we got the best seat in the house. Okay. Moderators have the best seat in the house, I outside of everybody else, because especially when we do it on this YouTube side, because and more can speak to this, because when we host debates, especially if the opponents have their cameras on and they backstage, you're seeing everything that they're doing. So, we get backstage access to seeing their reactions to when their opponent is bringing out the information, when they're having their opening premise and their rebuttals. So, it's a very interesting thing, and even there's been a few times.
Well, we used to, we won't anymore after tonight, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be some I mean, for the most part, people are just kind of taking notes. That's pretty much what I see for the most part. They're just kind of taking notes and writing stuff down. and everything. And then some people just turn their camera off because maybe the bandwidth will kind of mess up or whatever. So they like, well, I'm gonna turn my camera off so it won't mess with the bandwidth. But yeah, for the ones that look at their cameras on, now there's been a few where I see some reactions and I'm like, okay, yeah, they about to go swing back, and they do, they do at the point that person says that's exactly what they address first. All right, so Lewis says, are you taking questions? I got a question about salvation. I mean, the link is in the chat. Come on in, man. The link is in the chat. Let me go ahead and drop it one more time for you. All right.
Yeah, I pinned that at the top before I came in.
Oh, bet. All right, so the link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you guys want to come on in, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. You guys can click on it and come on in. Yeah, man, come on in and ask a question, man, about salvation.
Hey, Gabar, can I say something to Gabar?
Yeah.
I would say this too. I mean, Debate Talk is a place that where you can also get into a dialogue with someone on here, and you can run your information and what you studied up by someone just to see if it's correct. Because if you're studying on your own and whatnot, you really don't know if the information is correct. It's good to run it by other people to kind of look at it and get a different perspective, so to speak, a second, third opinion to see if you're seeing it accurately, correctly. Because maybe you come to the wrong conclusion. Because certain things I come across, I run certain things by Gabar, certain things by other people as well. You know what I'm saying? So they can really look at it and because I might have missed something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a human being, I don't see everything. You know what I'm saying? So this is a platform you can probably talk to someone, have a dialogue with them on something that you see, and they can probably help you see if you're seeing it correctly. To help you with your doctrine. You can also grow that way. You can use the platform that way to grow with your information and kind of like test it and check it. You know what I'm saying? If it's accurate or correct, and get understanding from other people who are studying too, just like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's also a platform that can also help you to grow in your information and to like, so to speak, fact check it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we got a question here. It says, can you give chapter and verse for reincarnation, please? And then Lou, I see you pop backstage. We're gonna bring you on as soon as the brother is done answering this question.
Come on. Hey. All right. Can we get Matthew chapter 11? Matthew the 11th chapter. That's just one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's others, but we can get Matthew the 11th chapter. Hold on 1 second, Gabar. Let me verify 1 second if that's the. Yeah, Matthew chapter 11. You start at verse 13. Verse 13 says, Matthew chapter 11, verse 13, it says, for all the prophets and the law prophesy until John. Okay. It says, and if you will receive it, right? So a lot of people won't receive it. So the Messiah is phrasing it this way: if you will receive it, right? This is Elijah, which was for to come. He that have ears to hear, let him hear. So the Messiah already understood that people are not going to receive it, meaning they're not going to believe it. So that's why he phrased it as, if you will receive it, if you will believe it. This is Elijah, meaning that's Elijah the prophet, which was for to come. He that have an ear to hear, let him hear. Because some people don't have to hear, because what he's saying here is a very deep spiritual thing. And that's why he says he that have ears to hear, let him hear. Because a lot of people don't have a spiritual ear. The Bible talks about you need to have your ears circumcised. There's something kind of blocking certain spiritual things from getting through sometimes, so you're not catching it. And that's why he's phrasing it this way, because most people have ears. You know what I'm saying? So he's speaking of a spiritual ear here. Him that have ears to hear, I'll let him hear. So that'll be the verse I will pull, but there's others I can pull. But hopefully that answers the question.
All right, y'all. All right, let me go ahead and get Lou up in here. All right, let me go ahead and get Lou. All right, Lou, you're live on the air. Shalom, and say what's up to the people.
Hello.
Shalom.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Peace to everybody in the panel. Yeah. my question is about the salvation. Uh, where is that salvation for Israel was commanded or said in the promise for Abraham?
Who's that? That's for me or to Gabar? Who's that for?
It was for you and Gabar. I don't know if Orthodox more hosts to that too. I mean, whoever want to answer it, I mean, they can answer it.
Okay. So you want to know in the Old Testament, where is it at? Or are you saying anywhere? I'm trying to understand.
No, he's asking
I
about
mean, no, I'm yeah, about the promise in Genesis Genesis 15, I believe, when God made the promise for Israel. I mean for Abraham.
Okay, so you
wasn't that promise he was speaking about was Jesus, right?
Let's read it just to be so I can get some clarity on the I don't want to say. Excuse me, I want to say something. I want to read it just to be clear on what the text is saying. So you said verse 15. Gabar, you got the right. What? Let me go and take a look. Get the right verse he's looking for, so we can comment on it accurately.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more of a concise place he's asking about, because Abraham, Genesis 15 not the only place where he was given a promise. So I'm trying to see where more specifically is he asking about? Is he just asking generally at all? Is it even stated, or that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. This salvation for Israel, like, where does it come from? Does it come from the promise, or did it come later on after the promise for Abraham?
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure it out. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. Can we start with Genesis chapter 12?
Okay. Let me go back over there real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Second here. Let me pull this up. Give me 20 seconds. Let me get to the verse right quick so I can check my notes. Okay, so
say that again.
Genesis chapter 12. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Just some context. It says, and now Yahweh had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. He says, I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So the first part, the core of the answer here is verse 3. It says, the first thing it says, I will bless them that bless thee. So that's the first thing that has to happen, right? So it's contingent on these nations blessing Abraham or Abraham descendants for them even to be blessed. All right. So
okay. Hold on. With the word "thee," is that talking about a person, place, or thing?
Person.
And who is that person?
Abraham.
Okay.
Right. Then Abraham has definitely had descendants. You know what I'm saying? So then I will curse him that cursed thee. It says, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Now, when you go into the Hebrew of this, the word family is mishpaka. No, I'm butchering the word. Mishpaka is a family that is a circle of relatives. So this is speaking of a family of people. It's not every single person every family on the earth. It's a specific family that they're all related or come from one stock, right? And this again is echoed. This is actually echoed again. It's echoed again by Peter in Acts, the 3rd chapter. He echoed the same thing right here again, and he used this Greek word to even verify what I'm saying again, right? Just to be for clarity, for you know what I'm saying, that Peter also understood it the same way. He echoes this. So this is not speaking of every single family in the earth, but a specific family that descends out of Abraham. They are the blessing right there. Can we read that verse in Acts 3, Gabar, so we can clear it up. Then I'll turn it back over to the brother, whoever wanna comment on it afterwards. Let me get that in Acts. I think it's the 3rd chapter. Acts chapter 3. And she's gonna get right to the point. Start at verse 24, Acts chapter 3, verse 24. I'm gonna start there. It says, yea, and all the prophets from Samuel and those that followed after, as many as have spoken, have likewise foretold of these days. Ye are the children of the prophets and of the covenant which God made with our fathers, saying unto Abraham, in thy seed shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. Right? The English word kindred is the Greek word partria, and partria is a clan all descended from a common stock. Again, please fact check me. The Greek word is patria. They all come from one father. That he's echoing the same thing that these is speaking of one nation of people.
Okay. When you state it like that, right? Okay, you go back to Genesis 12, where it says, indeed, all the families of the nation will be blessed. Okay, you have a definition of what family is, meaning relatives. Okay, and what's the definition of earth in that same verse in Hebrew?
Definition.
Because I know, all right, from my understanding, I know earth in the Hebrew is arak, meaning ground, soil, country. So I mean, if you're gonna say earth, I mean, if you're gonna say family, meaning the Abraham stock, then basically that's that earth, meaning land or ground or soil, because we all know earth, that earth, the word earth didn't come about to the Anglo-Saxon people. So before that, it was ground, soil, land, country, group of people. So by what you're telling me, it seems like earth in that context is speaking of Israel.
Huh.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna say all the earth, it wasn't, all the earth wasn't spoken of in around that time, because our meaning of earth is different from the meaning of earth on in Genesis 12.
I get you, but the Abraham descendants, they are one family, but they had they became they became different nations. You know, it says this, and I want to read it so I can back up what I'm saying.
All right.
Genesis 35 says this. The Most High says this to Jacob. So we can kind of get some context on what one second here. We're gonna get it. Genesis, I think it's Genesis 35 and verse 11. Get right to the point. Genesis 35 and verse 11, Gabar. So everybody can see it on the screen. If you're trying to, I'll wait till you pull it up. Genesis 35, verse 11 says, start at verse 10. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called Jacob anymore. Shall not be called anymore Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation, it says, and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. So there are also a company of nations as well. And they will be
Okay,
dispersed
when
over the
you
earth.
say okay, when you say a company of when you say a nation, we know a nation is speaking of Israel, and a company of nations. In that context, in the meaning of nations plural, I mean, which nations is God talking about? I mean, because we know with the definition of nation in English, it didn't come about till the English term came out. So with nations, it has to be speaking of a group of people.
Yeah, I mean the Hebrew word will be
I mean, which
goyim.
group of people is he speaking about?
Well, we know that these people came out of one person because he says from thee, you know what I'm saying? It says shall be of thee. That's Jacob. So that means that his sons they turn into tribes, and then tribes when dispersed abroad turn into into nations.
Hold on, say that again. You were breaking up.
The verse says, for God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. It says a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee. So these are all coming from one person, right? So a nation, and then this nation obviously broke up and became many nations.
And which nation is that?
The nation of Israel, after it got dispersed abroad, these tribes turned into other nations. They
Oh
became a
wow.
nation. They branched, they grew into as big to be a nation.
I mean that word nations. I mean it's supposed to be plural. If you're gonna say that, then the British Israelites, they arguments is looking stronger. You know, I mean, because if we're gonna say the Israelites were scattered abroad, you know, I mean, I really don't believe in that because I mean, I specifically believe they was talking about the inhabited land of being scattered because when you read the verses about Israelite being scattered, it's singular. It speaks of it in a singular form. It doesn't speak of it in a plural form where they're gonna keep scattering and scattering and scattering and scattering, you know. But that's my belief. But with the nations being plural, I mean, I don't see where in the Bible where Israel is listed as nations plural anywhere. I mean, I may be wrong. If you could show me well a verse that reference Israel as being nations plural, I mean, I'm willing to listen.
Well, this verse right here clearly says that Genesis 35 and 11, right? Because I mean they are
Yeah,
coming
but
from one.
oh,
They are coming from.
okay. When God is speaking, right? Uh, according to Numbers 12 verses 6, he speaks in riddles to people. You know what I mean? I mean, you could pull it up. When he speaks to the prophets, he speaks in visions and dreams. And I believe, according to that verse, he only speaks to Moses directly on what he's trying to say. You know, so I mean, based on that verse and based what I learned from the Christian side of things is I mean, God has a certain language where he speaks to people, not literally, but figuratively, according to Numbers 12 and 6. I mean, you could pull it up and see what I'm talking about.
Okay, I just want to say that here in Genesis 35, you can see that a company and a company of nation all come out of one man, Jacob, and Jacob only had 12 sons. So that it would have to be that these 12 sons turn into a company of nation at some point because they all stem from one progenitor. not from different men. You know what I'm saying? So, but Gabari said he wanted
Oh,
to pull up numbers. I think numbers 11. I think he wanted to put
12,
up numbers 11,
no,
12.
number 12 and 6. 12, yeah, numbers 12, 5 through 7 to be exact.
I would agree with you that God spoke to some prophets and visions and so on and so forth, and he spoke to Abraham face to face. You know,
No, you
he
mean
did he did the
Moses
same.
face to face.
I mean, sorry,
You mean
Moses face to
Moses.
face.
Yeah.
Moses, excuse me, Moses face to face. Other prophets and visions and stuff like that. But he did the same thing with Christ. He spoke to him. He spoke to him mouth to mouth. You know what I'm saying? He spoke to him directly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
So
if that verse you read, Genesis 35, that verse says Jacob being a person, nation, a nation, meaning a nation coming from Jacob, that has to be speaking of the 12 tribes, which make one nation, you know, and then nations. I mean, that has to be somebody outside of that nation. I mean, from what I'm reading, you know, I mean, that's the meaning I'm getting from that verse.
yeah, but they all come from Jacob. It doesn't mention that the nations coming from another person. They all stem from one man, Jacob, and he only had 12
Oh,
sons.
okay. When he's saying they are, is that spiritually coming from Jacob, or is that literally coming from Jacob?
Literally.
Okay, so
That would then
yeah,
push us into history where we start tracing the migration of the Northern Kingdom when they went through the Assyrian captivity, how they became the Chimerians. They became the Spartans and different things like that. I go into these historical books and trace them from the Assyrian captivity, how they turn into these other nations, Scythians and so on and so forth. You know, so you have to start tracing their migrations and different nations that they turned into.
okay, all right. I'll accept that, right? But with you saying that, then that doesn't come from the promise. That's literally coming from a curse. They being scattered.
Yeah, but
So I don't know how.
it would
Yeah, go ahead.
fulfill the part. It would fulfill the part about a company of nations.
Yeah, but the company of nations is coming through a blessing and not a promise. I mean, not a curse.
Well, it says it doesn't mention there a blessing or a curse. It just says it shall be of thee. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't specify if it's going to be through a blessing or to a curse in Genesis 35:11.
Okay, so you believe through a promise, a blessing and curse. A blessing and curse can't come through a promise.
No.
Through, I
All I'm
mean,
saying is
through
that in Genesis.
because the. Oh, go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is that in Genesis 35:11, it doesn't specify a blessing or promises for them to become a company of nations there in that particular verse.
Okay, what I'm not understanding is that promise supposed to be a blessing. You know, I mean, a blessing to Abraham, then Isaac, then Jacob, and then the Israelites, and then the nations. You know, that promise. The promise is what each and every one of these people is receiving, which is, I mean, I don't know if you believe in it, but I believe the promise is Jesus, you know, and
Well,
that's why I'm confused at.
Abraham was promised that land of Canaan. That was given to him by promise, right? According to the Bible, right? Paul tells
Yeah,
us that it was given. So we have one of the promises being them getting the land of Canaan, right?
yeah,
And then Paul talks about in Romans the 9th chapter. It says to who pertain the promises He says it's S. So there's more than there ain't just one promises. Paul tells us know that there's promises. And the giving of the law and the service of God. He talks about it in Romans chapter 9, verse 4. So we see through Paul that they were given more than one promises. The land being one of them, and the other promises. Then that's where we start to lean off into the aspect of the salvation, the aspect of salvation. One of the definition of salvation, but that's where I think Gabar gonna touch on something like that, and probably Orthodox more as well too. Once we have our pre-debate stuff like that.
Okay, we're Roman 9 verse with that Roman 9, right? It says promises, and also was given Jesus Christ, right? According to Joshua, God fulfilled them promises. So the only thing left for God to fulfill for not Israel, but the only thing, because what God promised Abraham, I see as if God promised Abraham Jesus, and the rest of the promises he promised to Israel, the land, the blessings, and all that high power stuff for the land, and he completed that promise. He gave him the land. He gave him the covenant on with Moses, and also we know the covenant he made. Well, the covenant he made with Israel, he didn't make it with none of the forefathers. So them promises that he gave Israel at the covenant ceremony, I mean, he fulfilled that. The only thing only promise he didn't fulfill that was not mentioned was the promised Messiah.
Well,
I understand who Israel is through Romans 9, 4 and 5. And yeah, they receive all the promises, but promise, the singular, is speaking about Jesus Christ. That's what God promised to Abraham. He didn't promise that to Israel. He promised it to Abraham.
No, he promised that to Israel. That's in Deuteronomy 18. But as far as the land geographically, it says, I'm gonna give you the land from the Red Sea, from the Nile. I think he said from the Nile to the Euphrates, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, or from the Red Sea through the Euphrates. I think it says all the way to Euphrates. He says now geographically, when we look at it, they were not given the land from the Red Sea all the way to the Euphrates. That was not what it was given when you look at what they was given in Joshua and the land they conquered. So it was not complete. It was partially fulfilled, but it was not completely fulfilled because they have not never possessed that much land from the Red Sea all the way to the Euphrates.
Okay, with the land part, that was based off suzerain vassal treaty. I mean, basically God is the suzerain and Israel is a vassal. And based on the treaty, it's if that treaty was partially fulfilled, that's God giving Israel or the nation of Israel a pass. Because according to suzerain vassal treaties, anything broken from that treaty, the vassal should be destroyed. That was an ancient Near East practice. And God used that same practice to do the covenant with Abraham for the promise and Israel for the promises. Israel didn't fulfill their part of the vassal treaty. So God gave them a pass on that and still kept them in the land, because we know, I mean, that was another thing I had to ask Orthodox Moors about law, because around that time they wasn't living by law, they were living by order and justice, and with them not following God orders, I mean, they could easily repent, but have it been a law, then they would automatically get punished because they broke the law. So by them uh breaking the covenant or not playing their part of the vassal treaty, they were allowed to repent. And eventually we seen they kept repenting, and God kept giving them a pass. But at the same time, the suzerain God, I don't know. I mean, I'm just stating my opinion on this part. Eventually he gave them a pass, but he's just not going to give them the parts of lands that he was going to give them because it was their fault. But from a human point of view, Israel should have been be destroyed from the first time they broke that vassal treaty. Because I mean, that's why they have a blood covenant.
Yeah, but the land was given by promise, not contingent on keeping a law. Otherwise, they would never gotten it, right? So that's why Paul says that
Yeah,
they given the promise, not by contingent on them keeping the law.
there wasn't no law at that time.
Yeah, there was a
It
law
was
at that time. Abraham had the law.
it wasn't
Abraham
called
had the
law. It wasn't called law.
What was it called?
It was most likely it was called instructions or orders or commands. It wasn't called law. Law as we know it has to do with a court system. They didn't have a court system at that time. These people were living according to their kings and God's order. They had gods and kings in order to have orders in the land. Because I mean, like say for example, you take the Sabbath day. If somebody break the Sabbath, you know, they're supposed to be stoned. You know, but then again, you could repent from it. That is not a law. That's like an order or a command or instruction. A law has to do with consequences and justice, and where you go to court and present your case to a judge, and you have lawyers, or you could fight the case yourself. But with the Sabbath, you break it, it's either you get stoned or you could repent. It's not giving you a chance to fight your case. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I'm too much put law in the situation.
no, I know you speaking of the English word, but the Hebrew word
Yeah,
the Hebrew word there is Torah. It says Torah. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and Torah mean instructions.
Yeah, but it's from God. So Abraham had God's instructions.
Yeah, yeah, he had God's instructions. It's just that word law. I mean, it can be misleading. It can be misleading because I mean, we know what law is. What in our time, you know,
Come.
they didn't have a court system back then.
All right,
You know,
real quick. All right, real quick. Let me just jump in here real quick. So once y'all, all right, so y'all, the link is posted at the top of the chat. The link is posted at the top of the chat, as my brother Lou is already doing. He's bringing the smoke to Ahmayan, but respectfully, as Debate Talk for You does. We're gonna give it about 10 more minutes to see if somebody else comes in. If not, we're gonna get ready to wrap things up. All right. So once again,
He ain't bringing no smoke. He's having a dialogue.
I mean, hey. Well, if that's what it is, then it's all the smoke I guess you're gonna be getting tonight. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, we're gonna be shutting down in about 10 minutes. I didn't plan to be on here too late because I do got to get up in the morning and make a long drive. So, but if someone else comes in, I'll let the brother go ahead and dialogue and stuff. I may just have to step away for a moment, but yeah, the link is posted at the top of the chat. Okay, if you guys want to come in, okay. If not, we will shut it down in about 10 minutes, and we'll get some final words from the brother as he makes his return to Debate Talk for You. So, with that, you guys can carry on.
Hey, Orthodox more tapped out the bar.
Yeah. He said he had to cut out. I guess he had another prior engagement or whatever. So, yeah, so he had to tap out, but he just said hit the like button and peace and blessings.
Okay, because the brother had a question for him, I think. So anyway, we can go on. All right. Is there anything else, brother?
Because basically what I'm trying to figure out was, because I mean, to say salvation is only for Israel, that would have to be written in the promise that God gave Abraham, Isaac. I mean, I'm not going to say Abraham. I'm not going to say Isaac and Jacob, but that would have to be written in the promise that God made to Abraham. You know,
What if the Messiah? What if the Messiah said it? Then what?
If the Messiah said that salvation is only for Israel through the promise of Abraham?
No, if he says who salvation is for, and he only
okay, then it'll be something new.
Okay, can we? If you look at St. John chapter 4, verse 24, is what he says it right there.
What did he say?
All right, let me pull it in. Let me get in and read it right quick.
Okay.
Uh, 22 actually. St. John chapter 4, verse 22. It says, "Ye worship, ye know not what." It says, "We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews," is what he says. Oh, Jawar is pulling it up.
Okay.
So, 4:20.
Yeah.
So
okay.
right here he says
with that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that he says salvation is of the Jews, right? And some people try to reinterpret the of to say it's going to come out from the Jews and different things like that. But it's clearly he's saying salvation is of the Jews. You know what I'm saying? So, and he doesn't mention anyone else. He stops right there. If there's anyone else, you would think he would mention anyone else after that. He stops right there, making it clear that's who it's for.
So salvation doesn't come from the promise of Abraham. Is that what you're telling me according to that verse?
I mean, that have something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's the totality of it. Okay.
With that verse, right? I mean, it still doesn't show that salvation is only for the Jews, because clearly in the promise of Abraham, God says all nations will be blessed through thy seed. You know
that all
so
nation.
All nations. It says all nations will be blessed through thy seed, right? And even if you want to say that it comes from the Jews, it says that. I mean, you could say even if you want to say it comes from the Jews, or it's only for the Jews, you know, then according to what Jesus is saying, he's contradicting the promise that was made to the nations. Because the way you're reading it into your modern day of time, into your generation. But if a regular person in that time period read Genesis 12, they wouldn't read it the way you read it. You know, because I mean, if you're going to show, if you're telling me that salvation is only for Israel, then you would have to show where they are preaching to Gentiles, or I don't know if you get into all that. They're speaking to the Gentiles, and the Gentiles that are speaking of is Israelites that's scattered. I mean, even if I give you that, but you will still have to show, you know what I mean, the Israelites teaching salvation is only for Israel. you know, according to a regular
I'm just
Gentile,
saying,
because a regular Gentile that's not of the stock of Jacob is going to read that differently. And I'm pretty much
I mean,
sure it was Gentiles reading that Bible around that time that wasn't of Israel.
I think it's. I mean, that's how our brothers and sisters from the that's in Christianity. That's how they read it. They read it. They read it just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's including them.
No,
You
I
know what I'm saying?
I don't hold on. I don't read the Bible according to Christianity. I read the Bible according to its time. What were them
No,
people thinking about that time? How would they how was the people at that time viewing that verse? You know?
which
I
verse?
mean Christianity, the verse you just, now I ain't gonna say the verse, yeah, Genesis 12. How were they viewing? Because okay, even if you say Jesus said that, right? Let's not forget the temple had a court for the Gentiles, and Jesus went to preach in that court all the time. And I'm pretty
Yeah, but
much sure Jesus read the Torah to them, or announced the Torah to them. I don't know if he read it, but announced it. And when he got to that scripture of the Abraham blessings, I'm pretty much sure he had to explain to these Gentiles what that verse actually means.
well, Jesus Christ never went to Gentiles, so he never. He never.
He did.
He clearly says he only sent to. He was only sent to Israel, so he didn't go to Gentile. He didn't come for Gentiles.
Okay, then who was the Gentiles in the Gentiles court?
Who's the what?
Who were the Gentiles in the Gentiles court?
Is that in the Bible you saying, or is that something you saying?
Nah, that's the temple. The temple had a court for the most holy place. They had another court for the priests. They had a court for the women, women of Israel. They had a court for the men of Israel, and they had a court for Gentiles.
Yeah, but that court was outside. That court was not. They could not pass that particular line. And
Yeah, yeah, I know that. There's a sign saying, there's a Greek, ancient sign saying Gentiles are not allowed. They can't pass this side, or they'll be killed or something. But even though there was a Gentile court where Gentiles were allowed to go,
I don't disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? But
and Jesus was there preaching.
But Christ himself said who he came for. He said he didn't come to deal with no Gentiles.
Yeah, he didn't. I agree with that. He didn't come to deal with the Gentiles, but if he's in that court with Gentiles, they're listening to his message.
I would say yeah. I mean, but like I said, I mean, I'm not knocking no Gentile if I want to listen to Christ's words. I mean, I think they're saying, but again, we're talking about salvation aspect. So if he's the one bringing the salvation, and he himself saying I didn't come for no Gentile, then he's not coming to bring them no salvation.
Okay, but the mention of salvation didn't come about to the Samaritan part. So before the Samaritan event happened, he had to be in that Gentile court preaching the word, and not preaching the word, but preaching the gospel, the kingdom of God, and preaching Torah. And I mean, not preaching, but teaching Torah. So if he was teaching Torah, he had to be teaching the promises, the promise that was given to Abraham. And I'm pretty much sure these Gentiles that was there had questions for that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm not saying that's written proof, but I'm just going by how you call that, looker scholarship, looking into the situation, you know.
I got you, but then you make an assumption. You have to have proof. The Bible says prove all things. You know, we can't just make assumption. We got to be able to read it out the text at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right. But The thing is, then you have to prove that Jesus was teaching in the Gentiles' court that salvation.
All right, Lou. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to shut it down. Just had to go ahead and ring that bell because we had the 2 hour and 30 minute mark since hitting the live button. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to shut it down now. Um, with that, I'm gonna let my brother Ahmayan get some final words. Go ahead and solo you out real quick, Doc, and then the floor is all yours.
Hey, shalom, shalom, brother. I want to thank the Most High for His knowledge, wisdom, understanding, His patience. Myself, with the nation of Israel, and with the entire creation. Sending His first begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushua, dying for the nation of Israel, and redeeming us from the curse of the law, and giving us a second chance to get back into the Most High graces and to be able to obtain the promises given to the nation of Israel. So I want to thank Brother Gabar for bringing me back on. My brother Sal, you know what I'm saying? Let me back on the platform. You go ahead and bring out some information and tell them for the truth. Orthodox Moore for coming on. The brother just now, Lou, for coming on for the little bit of dialogue that we had. And everyone that's listening, thank you all for coming on and listening and listen to what we was talking about. We definitely appreciate it. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with us, so we appreciate that. So thank y'all for that. I want to say that I'm just here to try to defend the truth, as I always say, as Jude puts it, to contend for the faith, won't deliver to the saints. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm going to attempt to do and fight to do and continue to do. That's what I'm called to do. That's what I'm going to do. So with me, it's never personal. It's just about the information. I always leave it with the information. You won't go beyond that with me. So as long as I can defend the faith and stand up for the truth, and do it humbly in the fruits of the spirit, never get crazy and cursing, because that's not me. I don't think that's how you defend the word, by acting like the opponent or talking like the opponent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always keep your composure. Check your conduct. You know what I'm saying? Check what you say in your words. At the same time, defend the truth. With zeal, with passion, but stay in the fruits of the spirit. That's how I believe you defend the word, and your conduct has got to be first and foremost, right? Everything got to be done decently and in order, according to how our brother Paul puts it, and that's how the spirit is moving. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to do that. So all the smoke that I want is in defense of the gospel, in defense of the truth. There's too many lies that's been taught to our people. Our people right now in these camps are being used as merchandise. They're making money off our people in these different churches, in these different camps and stuff. So I'm just trying to do my part to educate the brothers and sisters in the nation of Israel, and that trickle all the way out to the other nations as well, so they can come out of the idols and the misinformation that they have been taught. According to it says in Jeremiah, the Gentiles are going to come from far and say that we've been taught lies, and they have been taught lies. So I'm trying to do my little part to get the correct information back out there. So with that, anybody else want to dialogue with me, debate, you can reach out to Gabar. My information probably going to be in the chat section down there, in the section down there, in the more section down there, so you can want to reach out and something. If anything I teach you see is incorrect or something is wrong, by all means, please reach out and show me where it's wrong at, so I can correct it. I don't want to stay wrong about something if I'm wrong about it. I'm always open to correction. I'm not want to stay stuck on stupid, stuck on dumb. So again, Paul teaches that a teacher got to be teachable. You cannot think you know it all and you stuck on what you know, because you just could be wrong about what you're teaching. So stay up with the correction, continue to operate in the fruits of the spirit, love your neighbor as yourself, as we've been taught. And of course, love the Most High with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, with all your souls. And Most High, Christ willing, hope to see as many brothers and sisters in the nation of Israel in the kingdom. Again, thank you for listening.
All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Priest Ahmayan bringing the smoke back to debate talk for you. Man, and we need these debates over here, man. When I hosted that one with Zadok and Elder Mike Holloway, man, that was much needed. Okay, and we need to just keep this steam engine rolling. So, I'm gonna address some things I'm seeing on the chat, but I'll address those offline. Yeah. So, I gotta figure out how I want to do that. Hey, Vinny. Actually, so real. If you still tuning in, I didn't put the information on this channel. I left it strictly for the brother on I actually didn't put my contact information. Find me on Facebook. Go to one of the other videos that I've done, a Sabbath meal show or whatever. Find me on Facebook and send me a message, so real, so I can because I saw you about getting kicked off backstage and all that. Send me a message and I'm gonna holler at you about that. All right. We'll handle it that way. And so with that, I have nothing further to say. Let me go ahead and cue this music up real quick. Let me go ahead and cue it up. All right, y'all. So once again, we got debates coming up. Priest Ahmayan is going to be getting in the ring with Vocab Malone, and they are going to be debating did Christians get it right about Paul and circumcision? All right, that's what they're going to be debating. The title might be a little bit more concise. Working on the graphics for that right now, so that way it can be promoted. Make sure that when that link is posted, you guys go ahead and share that link. Okay. That's gonna be another good one. So make sure y'all come back for that. And as you already heard, Orthodox War and Ahmayan setting things up as well. It's looking like it's gonna be April 3rd. Okay, but between Vocab and Ahmayan, that would be March the 20th, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March the 20th, Sunday, March the 20th. So make sure you guys come back, check that out. I'll be going live on Shabbat. More. He just drops in and does what he does, and the rest of the team, they're gonna pop in and do their shows and everything they're doing. Okay, so just always stay in tune to what goes on here on Debate Talk for You. I have nothing further to say. You guys see all the information scrolling down at the bottom. So like, share, subscribe, donate, do what you got to do to show your support for Debate Talk for You. All right. I am Gabrar Alaha. May Yahweh keep you and watch over you always. I bid you all a farewell and shalom.